Set your butane torches to high and your expectations to low. Coming to you from the cigar cave in the hills of the Steel City. Get ready to get your fix. This is the Cigar Junkies Podcast.
Welcome to the Cigar Junkies Podcast.
The cigar show for the community, by the community.
A forum to talk stogies, booze, food, and anything else in the cigar lifestyle.
If you're looking for ratings, negativity, or an authority on all things cigars, you came to the wrong place.
Whether you like what you hear or not, please join the conversation and let us know by finding us
at the Cigar Junkies Facebook group
or contacting us at thecigarjunkies@gmail.com.
What's up, junkies?
What's good, man?
Hopefully this cigar, baby.
Dude, it's a street taco. Of course it's going to be good. Have you not had one of these?
Spoiler. Is this is the new one, though,
No,
right?
this is the old one.
Oh.
Yeah, this is the...
Well, that's disappointing.
I know they haven't shipped them out yet.
Yeah, I thought we were doing something special.
I was hoping so.
I mean, it's always good when you have a taco.
A taco.
The ladies know about tacos.
I got taco and tequila. We're good to go. Seth Jones said tequila. If you can stretch $1 a little bit, the Clase Azul is fabulous. I got to try it while I was in Vegas. Dave and I stopped at a tequila bar and finally had my chance to try it. And it's not just a pretty bottle. It is, dude, it's really good.
And for the record, my dollars are not the stretchy kind.
Not the stretchable
They
kind?
do not stretch.
You can't-
They are as flexible as me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely looked at a bottle of it standing on the counter while I grabbed these. And I'm like, not so much.
My dollars are as rigid as a 13-year-old boy's sock under his bed.
Damn, dude, really.
Crispy.
Well played.
Yeah.
Unfortunate on the visual that I got from it, but
Well.
well played.
I use a T-shirt now.
T-shirt,
Yeah.
you just go all out.
A little less chance of fungus.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I know.
like-
Makes sense. Okay.
Looks like athlete's foot.
Yeah, what's going on in this area here? Huh?
Mm-hmm.
You know, just a clean bath towel. You're allowed, right?
I don't know.
Now
I
you
don't
just
know.
hang the sock on the door and keep going.
No, I just try to go fast, which is my forte.
Get
So-
out quick. Seth gave us a whole bunch of vomiting faces. So
Oh, yeah.
there we go.
He loves it. He keeps coming back for more. He knows what he's getting. He's here. He's front in the line.
Speaking of suckers for punishment, he sent me a picture before I got here. He's got his street tacos queued up. He's ready to go. He's smoking them with us, bud.
Yo. Marketing brain.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Chichingo's next cigar, Suckers for Punishment.
I'm a sucker for pain.
It's when he goes to the sequel. That's what
Yeah.
it is, buddy. Right?
Sucker for punishment.
You looking at me like I got something. Do I got a...
No.
Okay.
No, I thought you did, but you don't.
Oh,
It was
we were
just like-
talking about the sock. I got nervous. I thought I had like something about
No.
Mary thing going on.
You don't have hair, bro.
Yeah, but I could. He had it dripping from his ear.
Oh, that's right.
She
yeah.
put it in her hair.
Yeah, she went all in on it.
Yeah,
That's yours, by the way.
That's
I'm
a
gonna-
sexy cockatiel.
If I leave it
you know
down,
what I
I'm
mean?
going to keep trying to go for it. Yes. Did you know I think she has a twin sister.
Oh yeah.
Cameron Diaz has a twin sister. I'm like, wait a minute. There's two of them that beautiful?
I bet the other one isn't as good looking.
No, she's a straight up twin. Like, she...
Well, I meant because Cameron's got the money to keep it going.
Well, I'm sure now, but the pictures
That's
saw,
what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean currently.
Oh, yeah.
I bet she didn't age as well. You know, it's like everybody wants organic until it sits on the counter for 2 days and it looks like your grandma.
All right, we need to stop before I need a T-shirt or a top. Stop.
Thank you, baby.
Solid clinky noise.
Ooh, clinky,
clinky noise.
Ooh, clinky.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
That's a party.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there for a clear liquor.
It's delightful.
Yeah. And
So
it's pretty. That is I had to smack
already.
that. I know.
Hey,
right?
you got it out of the
Try
barrel
some-
quick.
Yep, and just knocked it out. That is George Clooney's Casamigos Mezcal.
I don't have my buttons pulled up yet. I was
Uh-oh.
gonna do it to myself, but wait,
That's what she said.
I did it
Feel
anyway.
better?
Happy accident.
Happy accident.
You got accidentally got to the right place, and I'm all for it.
So yeah, what'd you do this week? I guess.
Why are you always gonna ask me first? I don't know.
Haha.
I worked. It was
Okay.
it was a worky week, man. Work week, prep. I just came home carrying a 17-pound slab of beef,
Nice.
and then went out to trim it in the prep table on the deck, as it were. Take off the old fat, put on all the good stuff, the marinade, the dry rub, and then there's a stray cat that showed up yesterday,
Oh,
and his cat was all up in my grill, and I threw this cat
literally?
like I couldn't move. It was
Oh.
I want to step on it.
Well, I didn't know if you were
It's
making
like-
General So's or what.
Like standing up against the prep table. I'm
Oh,
like,
wow.
yo, you're all right, but you need to back up a little bit. You need to know your place. You know what I mean? Or you're gonna be,
get down.
yeah, you're gonna make Kieran sad whenever she finds out where'd the kitty go.
Where's the kitty? He's in
But
the pond.
the odd thing is, I took some of the trimmed off meat, tossed it for the cat. That's a trolley.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
We had
that
the door
was-
open because the wife's going to be coming back from Sam's Club, and we didn't want the sudden and intense noise interruption, so we went for the lower and consistent noise
I like
interruptions.
it. You just
Yeah.
like seeing me look like Casper on the show.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
So you were saying?
So anyway,
cat?
I threw a little piece of meat for this cat. Cat goes, grabs it, brings it back over, and sets it down next to me. So I'm like, all right, cat's stuck up. This stray cat that's begging for food is like, I ain't doing it raw. You gonna cook this? You know?
Bro.
So I have a shopping bag hanging there from the prep table where I'm dumping the scraps in as to not make a mess. I finish. There's a hole in the bottom of it. The cat's eating it out of the bag. And I'm like, I'm just did not give the cat the... I don't care. It's just like, come on, man. Like, I threw you a
I
piece.
hooked you up.
You're like, I don't. It tastes better when it's stolen.
That tastes somewhat better when it's garbage.
That's no, Homer Simpson syndrome.
Oh, really?
You ever see that episode where
Still
where
no.
Flanders has chickens, and he steals chickens from steals the eggs from Flanders, and they're the best eggs he ever had. So, but Flanders catches on to him and like walks up the coop, so he goes and gets his own chickens, and him and Bart are like, they're not as good. Marginally said, these are the best eggs I ever had. What are you talking about? And Homer looks at Bart. He goes, boy, you think they might have tasted better because they were stolen? I was like, there's only one way to find out. And then you go and run and take
steal
more.
some.
And the best part is Flanders gives up. He's like, nah, you can have them. It's not worth the effort. And they're like, no, you got to chase us. They won't taste as
It won't
good.
be as good without the work. That's awesome, man.
Oh, yeah. It's very up our alley. You know what I mean?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, that.
brisket safely in the smoker. It's doing its thing.
Yeah.
And like a babysitter from here.
Oh, you got the looky-loo from a distance.
Yeah, I got to wait till she hits the stall.
Yeah.
Then go wrap her.
Yeah.
Leave her overnight, low temperature. It's Corey's special 24-hour brisket.
Muy
You'll
bueno.
get to eat some of that tomorrow.
Nom, 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 nom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem with the charcoal smoker is I got to babysit it way more. There's just like, it's a constant game of trying to keep it consistent. Keep the air off it. So like I've done a bunch of 19-hour briskets. I think that's my longest is 19, 20 hours.
I do
And-
24 for safety
Yeah.
because I don't want to overcook it. So what I do is I get it to the stall, I wrap it, and then I drop the temp down real low and leave it overnight.
Yeah.
And then I'll bump the temp back up the next day to get it to finishing temperature. So it's not like it doesn't have to be in there for 24 hours. It's just a safety net
Yeah, you're just taking your time, giving yourself that leeway.
in case something happens overnight.
Yeah. No, we I end up waking up every 2 hours, whether something's going off or not, running down, like checking on it, like, is it good? Is it good?
What are you doing, babe? Gotta check my meat.
I gotta go check it. What do you mean you gotta go check it? Wait, and when we had kids, that really pissed her off because I didn't wake up for the kids, but I woke up for a brisket, man.
Okay. The man wants what he wants.
Yeah. Seth brought up he saw somebody use mayonnaise as a binder for a brisket. I have done mayonnaise, I've done mustard, and I've done mustard and mayonnaise together.
I haven't done it as a binder, but
Oh, dude,
do you use it for your grilled cheeses and such?
I have just because
As more gooder?
yeah, but it's a pain in the butt in the house. So
Oh
like,
yeah,
if
well I do it all in the
yeah.
Blackstone.
If I had the
on the
Blackstone, it'd be
Blackstone, it's dope because you just squeeze it on there and like kind of hit it down. You don't have to spread it out or anything. It's just so much easier to manipulate than butter.
Yeah.
and you get like a way better solid crisp. It's
Yeah.
actually like comparable to French toast without the egg and the
Yeah.
other flavor. It's like got that sealed.
Yeah, it's just a
So-
fat layer that, like,
Yes.
but it's consistent where the butter kind of soaks in here and there.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing with the mayonnaise is it doesn't soak into the bread super fast. It sits outside of it and lets it actually just be delicious on its own.
Give you that crunch.
Give me that good stuff. What up, Mr. Newman? He
So
said,
what'd
what's
you-
up, junkies?
What would you do this week?
I
Your turn.
fought with the POS system.
Piece of shit system.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Oh, before we transition, if we have any secret admirers out there, I think Sam and I would both like one of those pellet smokers where it just electronically feeds pellets in there out of the hopper. Yeah, so he's tired of charcoal. I'm tired of electric. Let's compromise. And our birthdays are in February. Yeah. But you can give them to us early. Go ahead.
Always.
Back to the piece of shit.
You know the saying, ABS, always be selling?
Mm-hmm.
You're ABB, buddy. Always be begging. I love it.
I like it better than I moved up 2 letters. I used to be ADD. Now I'm ABB. I got a promotion.
Yeah, pretty soon you're going to be ABBA.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I fought with the POS system. I just all kinds of problems on that side of things. Shopping for a new one potentially. They do most of what I want to do, but there's some pretty almost inventory breaking things that it doesn't do.
Nothing does everything I want it to do, if
No.
you know what I mean.
No, unless you make your own.
Well,
So.
we're tied up.
Yeah. And then Verizon took 3 days to
Thank you,
open an
Ron.
account with.
You must be better with robotics than me.
A little bit. Little bit.
He went to school.
I went to the smart people place. I saw lots of them around, but I was not included in their learnings.
They taught me how to math with letters.
I was a good janitor. I went to college. I worked there, 4 hours a day, 3 nights a week.
How do you like them apples?
Yeah.
Applesauce.
Applesauce. But no, I fought with Verizon. It took me 3 days to open an account. They're like, you need to verify your business. So I'm like, okay. Well, I sent them a sales tax license.
I would have been like, how about a receipt from PCA? Is debt work?
well, that was. We'll get to that. So like, I send this. I try and send it, and they're like,
Riling them off already.
oh. So I try and do it for my phone, and I tap on it, and it says my camera's not compatible. And I'm like, what do you mean the camera's not compatible? Like, what camera is? Like, it's a Google Pixel 6. It's it's on the upper end of the mid-tier phones, right? So it works. I'm like, how does this? Okay, whatever. She's like, well, your phone's not working because you have an Apple. And I'm like, I don't have an Apple. I have a Google phone. She's like, well, you need to use something with Google Chrome. And I'm like, I don't have an Apple. I have a Google phone. And she's like, yeah, but are you running Google Chrome? I don't have Apple. I have a Google phone.
They make the Chrome. You ever hear of?
Yeah.
It's the first word in the thing you're saying, lady.
Google Chrome. Oh, she was driving me nuts. And then I'm like, well, what's my alternative to do it? She's like, well, go home, take a picture with another phone, or you could do it via your laptop. I'm like, okay. So I send them the document, and they tell me it's the wrong document. Now I asked 4 times what it was, but they tell me no, you need this, this, or this, and they gave me like the actual IRS numbers that they wanted. I'm like, perfect. So I try and take a picture with my phone. Can't take a picture with my phone. Try and take a picture with my wife's phone. Can't take a picture with that. 3 old phones. Can't take a picture with any of those. Okay, the picture's not working. So I have it on the computer. I try and do a snippet of it, and it puts it into a PNG format. What are you breaking over there? This is kind of fun. And he can't respond while he's got it muted like that.
I can and I will.
Did your newts come loose underneath?
There ain't nothing to come loose. It's just,
Yeah, you walloped her or something like that.
it's getting a little loose.
But yeah, so I cut it out with a snipping tool, and it gives me a PNG file. And it says, well, it must be a PNG file. I'm like, why would you not accept a PDF? Like, the actual format that it was sent to me in, like, my original document was a PDF. Okay, whatever.
It's more fun to go.
So I call the guy just up and down. I'm like, hey, your system will not let me send you anything. Like, I have Apple, I have Android, hell, I'm still running freaking, Mint.
Did you try DOS?
Yeah, well, basically, I'm still running Linux on my one PC. So I'm like, okay, I'm trying everything. I can't get this to go. I'm like, I IMF'd them up and down. Like, look, I'm going to call Comcast. Because I don't know if you know this or not. Cable is way more expensive if it's at a commercial location. Like, stupidly more expensive. Like, half my mortgage a month just to have cable. Yeah. So I'm like, screw it. I'm just going to go with Comcast instead. And he's like, okay, well, let me see what I can do. He calls me back. He's like, oh, I got it to kick through. I'm like, with what? He's like, well, I was able to just push it. 3 days of this. 3 days. So, yeah, that's...
You had to go out and back and get the special tool. It's just a 20-pound sledge.
Right.
Hit the server.
Yeah. And then try and set up a dumpster. Had trouble getting them to actually give me a date that they were going to bring it out, but the permit requires me to let them know the drop-off date and time. The architect that's doing my drawings, can't get a hold of him. Like, oh, yay, this is great. So it's been not a great week. It's been the week I've been waiting for because everything's been going pretty well. I've been waiting for that full-on like shooter drop week, and I'm hoping this was it. Like, I'm hoping this was just here you go, eat it a little bit. But I did get a couple of the accounts set up that I was on the line of whether or not I was going to be able to get set up. The one that I was complaining about the other day, all is good. On the last show, all is good there. So it's had its ups and downs, but overall, it's been a crappy week.
Sam is very detail-oriented.
Very upset.
He likes the details.
Yes.
Details, baby, details.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah, man.
I've got let's see if we can make this work with a little bit of a... See if people can catch on here. I mean, we tell them on the internet. We are on YouTube now. I'm little concerned about copyrights and so forth. So how about we just put something that nobody else would want?
Yeah, I like it.
It's time for the Cigar of the Week, brought to you by Leaning House Fine Cigars. The Leaning House is your destination for the ultimate cigar smoking experience. Whether you're exploring their wide selection of premium cigars, unwinding in their comfortable lounge, or enjoying live music on one of the most unique and intimate live music venues in the burg, the house has something for everyone. Do you want to try the stick we're smoking today? Stop by leaninghousefinecigars.com or visit Dave in Bell Vernon or Heidi in Brownsville. Wherever you are, make the house your home for premium cigars.
Make the house your home for debauchery. If you go during deck night. Yeah.
Two things can be true.
Two things can be true.
Two things can be true.
They can also be false. The cigar of the week, brought to you by Leaning House Cigars, is the Rojas Street Taco Barbacoa. It is not a 5x50 Robusto.
I lied.
We got the Toro.
Yeah.
Whoop,
Was
whoop.
that
I
what
assume
you
it's a 6x54 Robusto, if I'm not mistaken. That's what my little finger gaugers are telling me. If I'm wrong, sue me. I don't have any money.
6x50. That's what you have
Oh.
written here. You wrote down 6x50 for the Toro.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I was guessing. You told me Robusto, damn it.
I told you.
You told me Robusto.
unless we could get a hold of a Toro. I got
That's
a hold of a
true.
Toro.
But I didn't even know it was a Toro until I looked at the ash and said,
Just now you're like, oh.
I was like, it's about a Robusto now.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Delicios Street Taco comes to you with an Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper, a Nicaraguan binder, and fillers from Nicaragua. The extension of the Street Tacos line comes in three sizes: the 5x50 Robusto, 5.5x46 Corona, and the 6x50 Toro, of which we have right here. And the boxes come in 16 count.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
I know this thing's been popular with a bunch of the people on the Junkies page. Like we've had a lot of discussions about it, and so I was like, you know what, we should probably finally smoke one on here.
Yeah, it's just because people like to say taco.
Taco,
Taco.
help me took my taco. And Taco Tuesday. Wait, it's not Tuesday.
It is not Tuesday.
It's not.
Sometimes it feels like Tuesday. I hate Tuesdays. They're my least favorite day. This is actually my favoriteest day. Most days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we discussed, what was it? Yeah, yesterday we're on the phone. And you're talking about tomorrow, and I'm like, bro, it's 2 days until we do the show, and you're like, it's Thursday.
Can't wait for Sam to show up Saturday.
I'm like,
2.5 hours late for the cookout. And you're like, let's do the show.
Day late
Dang,
for
we
the
got a
show.
lot of guests.
Oopsies. Yeah, no, it didn't. I'm losing track of what day's what anymore because it's all just kind of rolls together.
Days are hard.
Yeah, and I mean, you work shifts. My life's basically shifts at this point, even though.
Yeah, but
it's
don't you have your
self-directed.
whole life programmed out on a calendar that's shared by you and your wife?
Yeah, but there's so much stuff on it that it's kind of like, okay, I have to like zoom in on what I want. Like there's just 800 things. It's like, okay, here we go, this little line. So I just wait and sit for the prompt to come up on my phone and tell me what to do next.
I just like the idea of you like getting the reminder to go to the grocery store. So you go to the grocery store and you're like halfway through checking out and you hear the ding and it's like take the kids to somewhere else.
That's
You have
happened.
to leave the register with half of it rung up, none of it paid for, and just go.
That part hasn't happened, but I have had it where I was at Sheets. I stopped in there because I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna sit down and eat some food real quick. I'm sitting there eating, all of a
So
sudden.
you're the answer to who sits down and eats at the gas station.
Yeah, when you're out and about, bro.
All right.
I mean, it wasn't like a Sheets next to my house, but
I eat in the car.
yeah. Oh no, I try and avoid that.
Yeah. My truck is gross under the seats. Every time I clean it, I gotta unbolt I literally have to unbolt the seats in my truck
Just to get it cleaned out.
Oh, there's so many pretzel pieces under there. Don't like pretzels. Love those pretzel pieces. The honey mustard ones, the jalapeno, the buffalo wing
They're
things.
too crunchy. Like they're too hard to bite into.
Hey, they just got the flavor, bro.
Yeah. Well, speaking of flavor, this thing's awesome. These
Flavor
things-
country.
Flavor Town.
This is the southern flavor country.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, that was the thing. Guy Fieri was at PCA, and then, everybody's making Flavor Town jokes. It was,
Won't you take me to Flavor Town? We harmonize pretty well
Little
for a
bit
couple
there.
of junkies.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Steve Newman asked what makes a person a junkie, which Seth answered for us, and he said, your uncontrollable need to have your fix of a cigar along with your weekly fix of watching Sam and Corey. So I like it. That's a perfect answer right there.
Complete lack of success helps too.
I mean, it does help. It does help.
Mm-hmm. You
then-
don't got to be crazy to work here, but it helps.
It does help.
Seth Jones also said he's definitely looking forward to the Carnitas. So for anybody who doesn't know, the Street Taco is coming out with a second rendition, which is going to be the Carnitas. It's going to be a Connecticut wrapper, and it is fantastic.
I thought that was what we were smoking. 'Cause
Yeah.
Sam went to the PCA.
Yeah,
and I was
they're-
like,
they're not.
he got the info.
Yeah, well,
He got the secrets.
he didn't get any in yet.
He did not get into the vault.
Yeah.
Not in the vault.
And I only have one at the house, and I'm not sharing it. It's mine.
Selfish.
Yeah, it's going to be like a year
Self-reference.
before I get to it after I get through all the samples I'm trying to smoke.
You could still come tomorrow, but no brisket for you.
No brisket for me, come back 1 year. Dude, there's so many samples from PCA just from walking around. You can't smoke them all. Everybody wants you to try it, and you're like, okay, let me try your cigar. If you just can't taste it.
So I hate to go here this early, but I'm going to. I got to go back into it.
Go ahead.
You know the earlier episodes of The Simpsons, at least?
Some of them, yeah.
All right. Do you remember the one where Homer and Marge go to the candy convention? He doesn't take the kids because he only has 2 tickets and they're not big enough to carry enough candy. So they custom sew like a trench coat for Marge with hidden pockets in it all over the place.
No.
Oh, it's fantastic. So they take every free sample and she has to stuff them in all of these pockets until she comes home looking like a sumo wrestler. That is going to be me and you next year at PCA.
Dude, it's not like that though. Like you think that you like would want more? They give you enough. You are fine, bro. There's not even.
I've never had enough.
Yeah,
Never.
Yeah, it's a full tote.
Mm-hmm.
Like I filled a suitcase coming home. So
That's not enough.
and
You could take more than one suitcase on a plane.
it like people go in there like, what do you want to try? And I'm like, I haven't had this. I'm good. Like, just give me those. You know,
I'd be like, me and my team of 10 are looking forward to trying every blend. However, I think it's best to smoke them twice. So maybe just give me a box of everything.
just one box of each. Let's call it a day.
I want to be selfish. Just give me one box of everything.
Yeah, give me one of everything.
Go to the LFD table and just be like, all of it. I want all of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know that one, right? That's Iron Man. When they were hooking up War Machine. That's it might be the first Avengers movie. No. It's Iron Man 2. Justin Hammer, and they're getting ready to weaponize it, and he's like, all right, here's this. There's a cigar reference in there. He goes, all right, this is the Cohiba, the Monte Cristo. It's they call it the ex-wife missile, and it's like this big. And he goes, oh, what do you think? I can't read you. You're like a sphinx. I'll take it. Which one? All of it.
Yeah. They're right there. Which one? All of it. Yeah.
All of it. Yes, sir. now we're on the same
Yeah.
wavelength.
Took
We're
me a minute.
going.
I'm like, and that's the one I don't generally rewatch because it wasn't my favorite movie. It wasn't the best. It wasn't great.
It's called a building block.
Yeah, and it served its purpose, and
That's what some of the earlier movies that people are not super big on. It's like you can tell that's what it was. Like that movie in particular was trying to set up so many other different things. Like you get your first look at Black Widow, War Machine. You got all of those things that they're building up to try to get to the next level.
Yeah.
And it kind of suffers from not being as great of a standalone. But I always loved that movie, though. I really did, because Justin Hammer is one of the greatest villains in the MCU. Now, Mickey Rourke, not quite as good.
That's what killed it for me. It was Mickey Rourke was like, oh, okay, bro, like it.
I want my
bad.
bird.
It's bad. It is bad.
This is not my bird.
It was not good. I was not happy with that movie.
I think mine's better.
Yours is
For once,
better.
I think my voice
Yours
is
is better for his impersonation. Yes,
Hey, you sound like John Wick, bad guys.
probably yes. Probably something like that.
He killed the man with the fucking pencil. A pencil. Who can do that?
And we're off. We're off.
We've got to we'll start like sequestering all of that shit into just like a 5 or 10 minute block, and
Like
we'll
a
call
segment.
it
I understood that reference.
and just get it all out of the way.
We'll call it the I understood that segment.
Ooh,
Yeah.
we're grooving.
Look at us go. Look at us go.
It's an idea day.
It is. It's a character development episode. It's like episode 2.
We have fertilized our minds with tons and tons of bullshit, and now finally some seeds are growing.
Something's happening. So, have you had this before, the street taco?
I have.
The regular. Okay. I couldn't remember.
it.
You've heard.
I've had it. I like it.
What was your thoughts previously on said taco?
Needed sour cream.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's just me.
a little bit of onion.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
No, it's very, very nice. It
Yeah.
is an enjoyable experience.
Very friendly.
I feel like the first one I had, I didn't have at the right time. It's a good example of why you need to have something twice, especially because it has so much traction behind it, and it is contrary to what I said earlier. It is not just because people like to say taco.
Taco. No,
It
it's
is.
priced so well too.
It's just a great cigar.
Yeah.
And he follows one of my number one commandments, which is make it pretty.
Yeah.
Put as much work into the art of the box and the band as you do on the cigar. Not because you are trying to sell it that way, but just because, as far as I'm concerned, you put that much work into the cigar, then your packaging deserves to have the effort to.
Yeah. Or even from a display
and
point
as
of view.
as you stated many times, it doesn't have to be complicated.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be crazy. Simple can be good too. Just make sure it's well done.
That's
Either way.
a buddy of mine that was with me at PCA. We were talking about Aladino's logo, and we're like, it's beautiful. A with a circle and says Aladino. Like that's it. But it's a great logo. The simplicity of it makes it pretty.
Yeah. Looks great on a pen.
Yeah, you could do pretty much anything with it. It just leaves a lot of options open.
Just clean it well afterward.
Yeah. So what'd you think of my picture with Noel Rojas? My unfinished business picture for just the tip posted.
It's good. I don't know how I feel about that filter you run everything through.
Ah.
I think you lose something.
Yeah,
I think you're much prettier without the filter.
Oh, hey.
Mm-hmm. I'll be hearing people through my microphone, which
Yeah.
is weird because I'm
Yes.
like, who's here?
Kind of strange. No, that was his idea. He saw me standing there in the hat and everything. He's like, yo.
He's like, how'd you like a job?
I got a picture of you. I was like, what? And he's like, pick that up. All
He's
right.
like, you ever hear of Born for a Role? I was born to play this part. I don't know why I keep going back to that voice today. Must be the broke back in me.
The broke back.
Is that what I said to you? Something along the lines of like, I didn't expect Brokeback to be this popular in the cigar world.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cutting them down.
I get a lot of broke back comments, so I believe you said one to me, but everybody pretty much does.
Explains the lower back pain.
It does. That's I had a guy come up to me at a bar, and he's like, "Hey, I think I know you from somewhere." I'm like, "Where?" He's like, you were in that Brokeback Mountain movie." I said, "No, bro, you got me confused. It's the picture on your mom's nightstand." And he just kind of was like, and just walked away. I was like, "Yeah, come on, buddy. I've heard him."
He's like, no, I don't mean the real one. I mean the knockoff on Pornhub.
I mean the knockoff. Oh, well, no, that actually was me. Never mind.
I was actually in that one, Knockoff. Knockoff Part 2.
Knockoff.
Mm-hmm. 2 are better than 1, they call it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a thing, huh?
Two heads are better than 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, building the Eiffel Tower.
You just did the thing that I spend most of the energy of my day trying to get people to do, which is make that face like this. It's like, oh, I got in there.
No.
Weaseled my way.
No. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
dude.
Yeah. All right, so
So yummy.
the thing I love about Rojas is this is a company that's motto is small ring gauges only.
Yeah.
And it's refreshing that Noel Rojas won't be pushing any 8x80s on me anytime soon. Sam seems to be the unlicensed mascot, if I'm not mistaken. But I didn't realize that Brokeback Mountain. That's where I put
That's
it.
where
I put
it
it in
was in
here.
your show
I was
notes?
like, oh,
Okay.
is it? Let's see. All right. Well, I'm going to read it now.
Oh, okay.
I didn't realize that Brokeback Mountain would become such a popular theme in the cigar world.
Neither did I. But
I was on the right scent, but the wrong trail.
yeah, I didn't mean to. I didn't realize we were going there. So
I was referencing something that I would say in the future.
Well, I didn't understand that reference.
So it's like, oh, how about this? Okay, future boy. Doc and Marty, Back to the Future. No.
Yeah, I don't remember. I mean, I've definitely seen Back to the Future, but I don't remember that.
Yeah, no, he calls him Future Boy, and he says like, "Who? Oh, all right, Future Boy. Who's the president in 1985? Ronald Reagan, the actor.
The
No.
actor? Yeah, I remember that
part. Oh, we did it again.
What did we
You
do?
get it. You
I
get
understood
a
that
you get a
reference.
bootsin'.
Oh yeah, no, that one. That
Yes.
one I definitely
Yes,
get.
that's a lot of water.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was a fun movie.
Oh, it was a good movie.
Yeah.
The other two, a little chaotic, but actually, I love both of the other two as well.
Yeah.
Just not in their entirety as much, right?
Yes,
There's
they have great
parts where it's
parts.
like, yeah, they have. There's a great movie in there somewhere.
Yeah, but between the two of them, they make one good movie.
Yeah, but I mean, it's iconic. You know what I mean? You can't. It's almost like it's the reason that people want to cut up on the new Star Wars movies, but not the old ones, is because they don't have nostalgia for the new ones.
Right.
It's like if you weren't looking at these movies with rose-tinted glasses, you'd understand that, yeah, Luke was a whiny little bitch too.
Yeah.
And there were
He
Ewoks.
complained a lot.
And there was all kind of CG blue creatures with trunks singing in bars, and
At least there wasn't no.
Mr. Jar Jar Binks.
Because that was terrible.
it was pretty
that was
bad.
bad.
It was the dosage is what gets you. You know what I mean? A little taste, okay. I get you. He's a little bit of an interesting character. He's got a particular way of talking. He probably
Yeah.
sat on the back of the Naboo school bus, as it were, the hover bus.
Yeah.
Licked a few windows in his days.
One
All
or
right,
two.
let's get him in and out and move on. But they're like, no, we're gonna make this guy the general. And he's gonna accidentally defeat the droid army, and it's like, all right, now you're
Please don't do that.
running off with it. Don't, yeah.
So I mentioned Casamigos is George Clooney's tequila, and then I was telling you beforehand that somebody had pointed out to me that Lil Wayne makes or is part of Bamboo rum somehow. So I don't want to say it's his rum, but he is involved in it in some form, one way or another.
That's
But,
awful sticky.
But it got me going down a rabbit hole, looking up like all the different people that make their own liquors and whatnot. And there is a lot of celebrity alcohol that you don't even know is celebrity alcohol. Like Crystal Head vodka, that's Dan Aykroyd's.
Oh, tell them about other celebrity alcohols while I try to find a glass that is not sticky.
Oh, wow! Apparently he was jonesing for a T-shirt and found a glass the other day instead.
Jones reference.
Oh, look at me go, Mr. Jones. But yeah, so Bumbu is associated with Lil Wayne, and then Casamigos is George Clooney. I got to say, the Casamigos is fan-freaking-tastic. It really impresses me. There's like really good vanilla to it. So it gives you that bourbon-esque feeling, even though it's definitely not bourbon at all. And then, don't you bump it into me? What are you he's just make it. He's banging around like, oh, whatever. Yeah, I guess there's a show going on. Whatever. I'll just keep. Yeah. I don't know. It's your house.
That's true.
And then they're making noise up there. I can't help you.
They are.
But no, the street taco. My favorite thing about this cigar is when somebody comes into the shop and I can't figure out what to give them. I don't know anybody that doesn't like this cigar. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be everybody's favorite stick, but I haven't met anybody who doesn't like the cigar. You know anybody of that or like that direction towards it?
I mean, anybody that I know that's had the cigar has already talked about it on the social mediums. So that's not really a fair case in point. But I would say when you get that point where you go, I don't know what to sell this guy, what you should be doing is going, should I be putting all my money into opening a cigar shop? Because you should know what to sell everybody.
Yeah, it's not that easy. When they don't tell you anything.
When all else fails, blam. Have one in your back pocket.
If it's somebody that comes out regularly, I can figure out what to sell them. Or
you know what I'd do? Aladino Vintage Selection.
Yeah, go for that. See how that works out.
I'm going to start sucking up now, that's all.
Just trying to get it.
ABB, you know me.
He's trying to get him to sell through that stock so that his addiction has to change.
That's not true. That's not true. I'm actually hoping if I do enough plugging for him that they might just be like, hey, how about we make a line just for you?
Yeah.
And I'm be like, I guess so.
Yeah,
we have to.
You and Ike Taylor will have your own cigar lines then. That was a cool meeting too. Meeting him was surprising while I was there. I was not expecting to meet one of the Steelers at PCA.
So when are you gonna nail that down?
Well, I got Howard G set up to be a brand in the shop, and then once we make all that stuff, then we'll
we can
go
commiserate about the ketchup being gone. Why is the ketchup gone?
I don't want to talk about it. Like,
I don't
it's so
even care.
ridiculous. Like, I'm not even in football. It just makes me angry. Like, it's a Pittsburgh thing. Heinz is a Pittsburgh thing. You know, hell, even go with Anheuser-Busch and have them stick Rolling Rock bottles up there. Be okay with it just for the nostalgia of it. Used to be a Pittsburgh thing.
Yeah. Well,
But
you know,
AccuSure, like really, like what really? I think they're a Michigan-based company. Like they're not even locals, yo.
my favorite. Did you see the Pittsburgh dad tearing it up? So for anybody that's not Pittsburgh local, this is a local comedian. And Pittsburghers, we have a dialect, just like most cities do. And we are referred to as the Yinzers. I don't think that I normally follow those stereotypes, but I definitely recognize them in a lot of people I know. But he's like, oh, anybody naming they're going for naming rights in Pittsburgh. If you ain't get in there in your first 5 years, you wasting your money. Yeah. It's like, we still call it whatever the, I don't know.
Star Lake Amphitheater.
Star Lake. And they just changed back to that, didn't they?
Yeah.
It was like all kinds of stuff. He's like, you better get in there in the first 5 years because whatever it is, that's what we're going to call it forever.
Yeah, Pittsburgh there. What was it? I think it was Star Lake for its origins, and then it went to something else, and it bounced around names 5 or 6 times.
Post Gazette Pavilion, KeyBank Pavilion, all these pavilions.
Yeah, over 12 years, and then all of a sudden it was like, all right, let's just go back to Star Lake.
It's like, all right, we'll give it to you for $50. That's what everybody calls it anyway.
It's just
what nobody else is. Everyone else is like, they're not going to call it that. Why are we giving you our money? You put the logo up, but
it's still going to be Heinz Field.
Yeah, it's like he's like, just like Uncle Denny. Yep. Kinko has been closed for 15 years, but if he needs to go and use a fax machine somewhere, he comes over, hey, how about give me a ride to the Kinko's?
There is no Kinko's. Wherever, just get him there. Yeah, it's amazing. People hang on to names so much in this city. It makes me wonder if they do in others. Like, because I mean, all you hear about is on the news where they're going to call it by the proper name. Like,
Okay, I can tell you for certain, in this country, there's no way in hell this works anywhere. The only thing they're paying for is to get their name said 500 times on the television broadcast. Because if you think about it, America, the U.S., and specifically, we can't even learn the metric system.
Right. It's just sad.
90% of our people can't handle a second language. How do you expect them to go, oh, yeah, no, this thing's called something different now?
Right.
Like, nope. We go into the igloo.
That's a problem. That's not great.
Yeah, the igloo. Jesus. Oh. What was I gonna? I had
That's
a
a good
thought.
band name. Igloo Jesus.
Igloo Jesus. It's getting cold in here. Put on all your clothes.
Not my forte.
It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes.
Yes, but you went the other way. I would have supported you if you went the other
and
way.
It was cold. Yeah.
No.
Anyways,
Yeah.
well, it's getting cold in
What
here.
would you
Put on
do?
for a igloo bar.
No, well, yeah. It's
Well, I'm just trying to figure out how to make it relevant to what you said.
I mean, it's cold. And they live in igloos, them Eskimos.
Igloos. Oh yeah. Steve Newman said, "Who won the next guest poll?" I'm just rolling past that. So we don't have a clear winner because everybody kind of had their own things, and some people got a little off the rails there. So
Not only that, but you were you were the administrator on that one. Yeah, I was thinking of his poll, and I was going to give him crap and say, shouldn't you know you were the
no,
administrator?
that one was mine.
Yeah.
What's up, Patty?
Here's the thing: I can tell you right now, you don't get the group expert badge because if you were the expert, you'd know who won that poll.
Oh,
Yeah, look at that.
Oh.
Look at that. We're not even
was
experts.
dirty. Yeah,
we
definitely
could
not.
give it to ourselves. I didn't.
yeah.
Yeah.
But no. So for who's going to be who's going to be our guest that won the poll? There's not enough really likes or support to any one person on that. So I may ask that again in a little while, probably a month or so, and see what people think. I did like some of the
Or
things that
tell
were
them to get on there now. The poll's still up. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I figure I'll just do it as a fresh post and give everybody a chance to actually like think about it a little bit now that it's been in their mind space.
Well, now that we're like a little ways into the show, if you're one of the kids that gets onto the podcast and skips the first couple of minutes just because you want to get past the ads, like I'm with you. I do that too. But you're missing out because you should be in our Facebook group and you should email us at thecigarjunkies@gmail.com and let us know what you think. You can do things that are fun, like answer the question of the day or a poll of the day, or you can
Find out that we're on YouTube now.
you can haze the other members.
Yeah, that's fun too.
That's a very popular choice.
Yes, that one's definitely been taking off more and more as of late. One member in particular gets most of the crap, and I'm for it. I'm for it.
He hates hazing and he hates hobbitses.
Hobbitses. But no, I think Jim Robinson was one of the comments that I definitely that one got more support than most.
However, the problem with Jim Robinson is my inside source and yours as well said old Jim Robinson's getting ready to go on like a 6-month road trip.
Yeah, he gone.
He no here.
Yeah, he not gonna be around for a while.
Jim's not here, man.
Jim's not here, man. The other one was Lee from Stolen Thrones. He was a lot of fun.
Yep.
Yeah, he. So that leads me to something else I was going to talk about on the show, which was I was mounted while I was in Vegas.
I mean, doesn't that happen everywhere you go?
Nah, not like this.
Everywhere we go.
I'm crossing the street, going from Treasure Island over to the walkway to the Venetian, and
Are you crosswalk or jaywalking?
Nope.
I hear that's dangerous there.
Yeah, dude, not a game you won't play there. But
I heard about that from. This is just a little teaser. I heard about that from our participation trophy recipient. So don't forget about them. They're on the back of the page.
I wasn't gonna forget about it. I was waiting until we had like
It's the back of the page.
probably do that right after the news segment, I think, because we didn't have a chance to talk before the show because it just didn't work out. But
But it's on the other side of the page.
yeah, so I'm walking across the crosswalk, and all of a sudden I hear "Yeehaw" screamed real loud behind me.
Was it Richard Bazzi?
No, it was a very, very female "Yeehaw."
Oh.
Yeah, and then next thing I know, I am on the ground
Oh.
because I was mounted by a person that weighs a good deal more than I do. Decided to jump on me, and it was the first time I ever almost punched a woman. I mean, I came up, I was mad, I was furious. Like,
It sounds suspiciously like a lot of things in my browser history.
yeah, dude, I jumped up.
This is what I say when
Fist
I
of
say
Fury?
Sam's living the dream.
Yeah, no, not that one. Yeah, I jumped up, Fist of Fury, ready to go, and her friends luckily were there, and they're like, "Oh, sorry, she's drunk. We tried to stop her."
The
All right, I'm
cowboy
walking
hat can get you into trouble in tourist areas.
Yeah.
I've experienced that because my hat I purchased in Gatlinburg, right? And of course I wore it everywhere. And then I get home and I feel like, okay, this isn't normal on the streets of Pittsburgh
Yeah.
and stuff. You know, I throw it on occasionally. I tell you one thing: if I was going to a strip club, I'd wear that hat. You ever wear a hat at a strip club? Like not a ball cap, but like a real hat at a strip club?
Dude, I've worn a cowboy hat everywhere.
Yeah, okay. So for those of you out there that are not in the know, or if you're just repulsive like Goltzy and you can't get attention, wear a hat like a fedora or a cowboy hat into a strip club because you will get free lap dances as they try to wrestle the hat off of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it comes back with fancy glitter on it.
And some odd scent. What is going on in here?
The meat's doing things. Sorry.
The brisket's having problems.
doing things.
Patty said, hope someone took a video of that. Yeah, no. Nobody did, but so the next day I told a couple of my buddies about it. We're walking around together. As we're leaving PCA the second day, the first day, because it happened the night before the first day. So we're walking back, and all of a sudden I hear yeehaw, and I feel hands on my shoulders leaving, and it's Lee from Stolen Throne. It scared the hell out of me. Yeah. Apparently, a lot of people heard that story. And, it went around like wildfire. It's amazing how something slightly embarrassing like that, becomes popular. Dude, that is very clicky. Very, very clicky. That thing is
all right, I'm ready.
clicky.
I'm ready. Well, it doesn't hurt, or it doesn't help things whenever you're like, hey, put in the show notes that we need to talk about me getting mounted. And then you even jumped into it premature. I mean, I've been there too, but there was a designated spot and everything. You're just.
No, I
why,
said
why did I even print it? Why we
So
take
I
the extra
wouldn't-
10 minutes to start this show for me to print the notes?
I wouldn't forget. I'm
It's
very
rote.
forgetful. I'm very
It's
forgetful.
rote.
No,
It's
it's
rote.
fine. And I'm using the notes are there too.
Patty, get him.
Don't get them.
Tear him up in the chat room, Patty.
Fine,
Say
I'm gonna cut into another one. I got handcuffed too while
Say some
I was
nasties.
walking down. That I did not mind. That
Here's what I want to know. Who's Kate? Because Patty says, Peppa Patty says in the chat room, what's up, junkies? Better Kate than never. Maybe she meant Cameron Diaz. Better Cameron than never? I don't know.
I mean, I was
Hanging
thinking
out at
better.
the Leanin' House. Look at that.
Chilling at the house, y'all. Nice. See, what?
Nothing.
You got like a.
You'll get there. It's a special surprise. I'm not a cricket, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, is
I'm,
that working?
I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. Now that
we're working on things.
now that we got
Told
that in
you.
the works, now I'm way more excited about it.
It was a productive day. We had the ideas, and
Yeah.
I'm
Lot-
like,
Yeah, that we knocked out some things, that side of things. It was quite nice.
things fell apart later, but for a while I was walking around work like, you can tell by the way I'm my walk, I'm a woman's man. No time to not go right.
I love that you just went right into the mumble and just accepted it and ran with it.
I mean, I was still kind of
Yeah. No, I mean, you had
That's
everything
the
else.
American
Just
way.
the words themselves, you were doing.
right.
What was Bad Boys? Next post to go, next post. Nah, hey, bro, you gotta learn the words.
Bad boys for life.
Yeah, buddy. Do we want to jump into the news? No, we don't want to. What do we want to do?
I mean, you could say that stuff, but you got to let me get my finger on the button.
Oh, okay.
Good news, everyone.
As a cigar smoker, you appreciate luxury, and as a premium cigar smoker, you appreciate a handmade craftsmanship. And as a customer of Tom's Penworks, you'll appreciate the selection of custom-made, limited production items. It's bothered me before that I put production products next to each other. I don't like that double negative there. So limited production items that you can show off to your friends, from handmade pens, pencils, bottle openers, cigar cases, now custom order rings. Tom will create something special for you or your loved one. Visit him on the web at etsy.com/shop/Tom's Penworks. I can never do that. Tom with a TH and an X.
An
And
X,
the
yeah.
news of the week is brought to you by Tom's Penworks.
Well, that's very nice of him.
Do you want to read it? I did the commercial.
Yeah, I can read it.
I
can
mean,
read it.
at this point, I've read everything else on here, so
Yeah,
I thought you
that's
might
what I was
like to do the
I-
reads.
I'll jump in a little bit. In addition to shipping the new Aladino Classic line, Aladino is adding new sizes to the Cameroon and Connecticut lines. The Cameroon's getting a Queen's Perfecto and Gordo, while the Connecticut gets a Gordo. So they're actually going to have some larger offerings now. Because I don't think they ever had a regular production. Yeah, I'm just rolling through you. Just kept going. I don't think they ever had any large ring gauge.
Patreon.com/the Cigar Junkies. If you want to help me get a better button.
A better button.
ABB.
Rocket scientist Omar de Fries.
Omar de Fries.
Yeah.
You don't
Announces
know
the vice
Omar?
versa. No.
Bro.
The new-
All right, finish this segment, and then we'll
I just
go
didn't
into
know
a
how to
little.
say his name. I know who he is.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Well,
yeah. The new line under his brand Fratello cigars is capped at both ends, allowing the smoker to decide which direction to burn. The red end starts full-bodied, and the yellow is mild. I am a bot, concerned that this will lead to some lady in tramp photo shoots. You put that on the notes, bruh. I am a bot, concerned that this will lead to some lady in tramp photo shoots. Patty,
A bit concerned.
really want your input on the whole lady in the tramp photo shoots thing for Corey. Espinosa announces the Knuckle Sandwiches Chef Special. The Chef Special is a limited edition project with a total of 2,500 10-count boxes produced. The cigar is a 6.5 by 52 box pressed Figurado with an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper over a Nicaraguan binder and fillers. The production comes from San Latano Factory in Ocotal, Nicaragua.
Yo, you gotta get a rhythm, bro.
I need to read the notes before the show. That
Here's the thing. I did that to you unintentionally because I just realized that usually we break things up, right? And so you'll go, I'll go. We like to do a ping pong.
Yeah.
And we didn't have any talk time. Usually we
Yeah.
write it down. Who's going to do what? And so I threw it to you, and I apologize.
Yeah,
I
it is
probably would have recognized the fact that I goofed a little bit there. But here's my logic, right? You got a cigar that you can cut and stick in your mouth at both ends.
Yes.
The lady in the tramp photo shoots where you get the spaghetti, and so you got two people
Oh,
doubling up on the cigar.
okay.
Yeah. Sorry, my delivery would have been better. I wrote it for me, and I realized that too because usually I like to leave the events for
Yeah.
you because I don't. So that's like one of the things that I did not get yesterday as much as I'd like to is because. All right, Dave, we love you. Okay, we love you, Dave. But for Christ's sakes, can we make a spot on your page where it's easy to find the summer concert series?
Yeah, you got to roll through the post right now.
It's tough because you can go into the photos and you can find a listing of it, but it's not the current one.
Yeah.
Like there have been other things that have jumped in there. And so like I'm looking and I'm going, screw it. Sam will know. He usually does the news, so
Yeah.
he could pop in
He
there
usually
and add it in. So like it's really my fault because the news is generally my segment and then the events are generally yours just because
Yeah.
that flow works better. And I'm just saying I could be the big man here and admit
Just take him
I've
on
never
for the
been the
team.
big man before. It's kind of nice feeling. But I can tell you, like, yeah, no, that wasn't cool. I kind of
No.
kind of tossed you in the bus.
Well, talking about the cigar that you can light from either end. So there was a very strange experience at PCA where we went to a party and
I like where this is going.
put on by a brand, and it was, the whole thing was just freaking weird. Like there was nothing about that was like it was awkward. And then I ended up talking to the guy, and he made the mistake of trying to tell me how to run my humidor. So we're not going to be carrying that brand at Just the Tip Cigars.
Tell me
But
how.
one of the fun things that he did while I was there was he claimed to own the patent for a cigar that you could smoke from either end, and I was like, never heard of you. I googled
Was
you.
he like a 7 foot tall rocket scientist from the Dominican Republic?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So not Omar.
Yeah. No.
Very interesting backstory to that guy.
But he's claiming this stuff, and he keeps claiming things, and I'm like, I don't, and I knew about this already from Fratello, so I'm like, I don't think you're telling me the truth. And then just everything else about the way the guy talked was just terrible, and I don't want to get into it because it'll make me angry. And I already did my angry rant about Verizon, so I don't want to go any further.
tell by the way he moved his talk.
He's a pissed off man.
piece of cock.
Oh, he may do you.
We kind of, you know what? And here's the thing too. I've been listening to other podcasts because I'm trying to go like, okay, who's our target audience? We want to make sure we're not hurting ourselves as sponsors in the future. And like all the big shows swear. So I was like, fuck it. Sorry, Dad, but I'm pretty sure he ain't listening no
No.
more.
I
I'm
just
going to
figured-
say what I want to say.
I kind of came to that same realization of, I don't know, a couple weeks back. But it's more of like, okay, if I try and limit myself and I slip, I don't care.
My biggest
That's
problem
kinda where I'm
is
at.
I have a very limited vocabulary.
So you're just screwed. Like you just
Yeah. It's like, all right, I need to find a
Well, I
different
keep getting
word.
yelled at by my grandma.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah, but Grammy's awesome.
Yeah.
If I guarantee you, if we had her on the show, she'd be cursing like a sailor.
it'd be, no, she'd play nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. She'd play nice for the public face.
Sorry, Granny, you just lost your spot on the show.
The Espinosa Knuckle Sandwich Chef Special, that was a good bit of talk about at PCA. That was one of the fun things for me. Is
This has got to be a rewarding time to be Guy Fieri. This is like the first time in his life that he's got positive press. He's like, I found my people. I found the overweight people
Yeah.
with
I
the
know.
bowling shirts with flames on them and sunglasses. Like, these are my guys.
well, that guy's into everything right now. Like he teamed up with Sammy Hagar for a tequila. He's got Eric Espinosa, and they're making the Knuckle Sandwich series. And he was super down to earth. I didn't get to meet him at PCA. I took advantage of him being there. So there was, I don't know, a 2-hour window, I think, where you could meet him. And two of my buddies got in line, and they met him, and they're like, dude, when they walked up to him, they said his whole world was them. Like, he was really good about, he was there to talk to them, and they felt like that for that short period of time.
Yeah.
Got their picture, and they moved on. And he did the same thing to each person in line.
That's
Like,
cool.
He gave his full attention. So a lot of respect to him for that.
He's like, this is the first time people aren't coming up to me and just chewing me out and cursing at me.
Just screaming, Flavor Town!
Get rid of the shirt already. It's 2022.
I was really mad at my buddy because he kept claiming, he's like, I'm going to go up to him. I'm going to give him a big hug and whisper in his ear, please take me to Flavor Town. And he wussed out at the last second. And usually he's on that stuff. So I'm pretty...
And that's the moment when you were like, I'm so glad Corey did not come to PCA.
Because he'd been like, okay, I'm doing it too.
No. Corey would have ran. I would have pole vaulted up there. I'd have been like, I'm going to win. And then I would have been like, well, PCA was fun for that 5 minutes that I was allowed in there. And it's over now. But I got 1,500 cigars, and I'm happy. I'm going to go catch a flight. You know, I'm going to go wear a cowboy hat to a strip club.
Well, I took advantage of the fact that he was there. As soon as the timer hit for him to be, doing the meeting people and all that, I ran to all the booths that were really busy because everybody ran over there to get in line. I was like, I'm not going to get to meet him, but I'm going to get like 10 booths done in this hour period where normally it's like, 1 every hour, 2 every hour. So I mean,
you've seen the guy eat giant sandwiches on TV. How much more could you get to know a person?
yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly. There's not a whole lot to it, But yeah, it was cool that he was there. A lot of people said the chef special they're kind of excited about. I was kind of upset they didn't have pricing for it yet. So that kind of made me mad. Like, if you're going to, Fuente and Padron are doing the thing that they're doing that collaboration. And
Yeah.
that wasn't,
I heard it was disappointing.
it was horrible.
Yeah?
It was horrible.
How's come? Give
Because
me the insight, because you never told me
they
anything
didn't-
about what happened.
So they didn't, they said, okay, it's going to be at this time, but they only just kind of like word of mouth that out.
Yeah.
They made like a big production at the booth, at their booth for this. And then they didn't announce it over the loudspeaker. They didn't make like a big deal out of it that way. But social media has been blasting it for weeks that it was coming and all that. And then you get there. It's been 2 years that this has been in the works. Like 2 years they've been talking about this cigar that they did together. Mm-hmm. And they're finally launching the cigar. So this is supposed to be the launch party, right? This is it. This is a launch. You can get the cigar now. No. They showed us a box of them. They don't know when they're going to be available. Mm-hmm. They don't know what the pricing is. Mm. And they wouldn't answer any questions about it. It's like, well, what's the point? Like, why are you even, like, you're not ready. Like, you just rushed into this. Like,
You got to give Fuente credit. At least they're consistent.
yeah.
They got that cigar time down there. It's like, it should be ready the next
But like
3 months to 15 years.
But my thing is, like, TPE is
Still
in
better
February.
than J.C. Newman. It took him like 30 years to come out with that Black Diamond.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that did take too long.
I do want to say that I am happily amusing myself with the chat room today.
Yeah.
So Seth Jones jumps in and says, does this mean I have to keep my comments PG? To which Patty replies, PG, ha ha ha.
Yeah, no.
And I will go ahead and speak my piece. Let them rip. Mm-hmm. Let it go. Because the best part of my day is looking over when Sam sees something disturbing in that chat room and just completely pulls him out of the show for a minute.
Yeah,
and like
gone.
he's just tripping.
Don't do this to me, guys.
Why you tripping?
Why you tripping, bro?
And yes, Patty, that was a challenge. Get him.
Don't get him. Oh, it's just Seth Jones
Speaking
responds
of
with
get
a
'em.
big.
Shout out to Sam's sister.
Get him.
Get him.
Yeah. She's doing good at the bar down there at Leaning House.
That's kind of disappointing. Oh well, that's Seth. Seth's okay. Here we go. Oh, Steve. Okay. All right. He's too on topic.
Yeah. No. But Steve brought up a good point. He said not really a collaboration either. It's more of a new release by each. And you're right. Like that's.
Well, wasn't the idea that one was Fuente was going to make a Patron and Padron was going to make a Fuente?
Yeah, I think they were making a cigar with each other's tobacco or with.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that's kind of still as advertised.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not like they said we're going to make one together. It's like
but you can't buy it. You can't even find out when you can buy it. They don't have a price for it.
I promise you, when you can buy it, the price will make it so I can't buy it.
Yeah.
So the only plus side here is in 15 years when this cigar comes out, we might have enough listeners that they'd be like, oh yeah, these guys are. Yeah, these guys are worth like sending a sample to.
Yeah, no, it just
we'll keep you posted.
That drove me nuts. And then listening to other podcasts and some interviews and whatnot after PCA, I was really happy to find out like I'm not alone in this either. Like everybody kind of got the same feeling. Like, what's the price? Like, can I buy it for my shop?
Yeah.
Like as a retailer, we're there to buy.
The box was pretty though.
Oh yeah, thank God for that.
Yeah.
There was a lot of really cool humidor setups there.
I bet.
I've
got nothing on them Bonacontros though.
Dude, there's a Rocky one that's coming out. It's fantastic. Yeah.
Seth Jones says he's guessing $4,000 a box.
Yeah.
If they come in that humidor, I promise that's the price.
Yeah, exactly. At least.
You remember when the Padrones come out, the Family Reserve 50 or whatever, the one that came in the special, it was like you can only buy them if you get the humidor. You have the rights. So like if you sell the humidor, you sell the rights to buy more cigars. And I think Steph and Casey have one of those in their bar.
Oh, really? I didn't see that.
Yeah, so like if you're walking in from the outside to your right, there's like a low table with a big wide humidor on it. I think that's the humidor. One there? Yeah, I was like, it's getting rich in here. I think I caught the case of the vapors.
Moving back onto the news. So
we not done yet. My bad.
The BCAA, the Boutique Cigar Association of America, has joined PCA. So that's
I got the extra hay in there.
You did. You got it thrown in. I appreciate that.
Got something.
He's like, I'm waiting on my printer. I might as well add the one thing I was talking about.
No, I did that before. I did it before. Okay. I was like, of America, save print,
yeah.
Boom, ran. And then I was like, 15 minutes later.
No, I'm glad that they are, as far as the cigar rights. Anything more to make these lobbying groups bigger is going to be awesome. I've learned more about the stuff that went on with the FDA and the games that they were playing.
So that's what I was going to ask you, because I don't know how in touch you were with it beforehand.
Not as much as I should have been.
I think, well, especially going into the business that you are, because that's kind of been a black cloud over the entire industry. I imagine people were, cheering and partying in the streets and stuff. And
well, so I honestly I didn't hear a single retailer talk about it. Not one.
I think we covered it on the show, but you weren't here. But we did talk about it. And I don't say this enough on the show, but there's a point where I don't want to feel like I'm Bible thumping people.
Right.
But for anybody that's listening to the show, if you're not a member of the CRA, Cigar Rights of America, go to CRA.org and please register. It's not even about the money that you're contributing. It's about the numbers, because when they go to do things like lobby, it helps them to show this is how many potential voters that we have on our side
that
you're going to be upsetting if you screw us over and mess up our hobby and our industry. And so the numbers are important, and it's like $30, and they actually send you, a couple of really good high-end cigars. I think JC Newman, like Diamond Crown, might be one of the ones that sends in there. But if you go on the website CRA.org and you register, they'll tell you your money's. They donate. The cigars are donated, so you're not paying for them. But it's like when you register for something just to get the free thing, even if that's all you're doing.
Yeah, you're getting your money
out of it.
Just do it.
You're gonna get a cool couple of little membership cards and a thing that you can put on your backpack and stuff that says I'm a CRA member and stuff. And they're gonna throw you a couple of sticks that are more than well worth the price. And then you're representing the industry.
Yeah, you're helping it out.
And helping it stay alive. So that's it. Off the soapbox. get on there and check it out.
Well, I didn't realize before PCA that Rocky really took the reins with this.
Rocky actually has spent more time fighting the FDA over the last 5 years than he's spent on his own cigar brand, I would say. I've heard from sources that go down to Washington on a yearly basis. They've never gone down and not seen him there.
Yeah,
roaming
that's
the
crazy.
halls. And like that's actually dope because Rocky was a lawyer before he got into the cigar industry. So like there's no better person to come in and represent us from like a constitutional
Understands both sides
perspective
of it,
than somebody that understands the fine print and knows how to fight and that's the one thing. Like I feel like, all right, I'm gonna go on to a little bit of a hot take here, okay? I have a certain feeling about a band, the Foo Fighters. Okay, they're just a little vanilla to me. They don't. Their music does not appeal to me. My wife loves them. However, I think Dave Grohl is an amazing human being, and I think he does really cool stuff. And I'm a bigger fan of him as a person than I am of his music.
Yeah.
Just because it's like taste in the ears, and it just doesn't catch me right.
Well, just like everything else, I
don't
like the
love
Foo
it.
Fighters.
Yeah. So Rocky's kind of that for me. There's a couple of cigars that he makes that I really like. Most of them, I understand that there are millions of people that love his line, love his sticks, love him. But I will occasionally just grab a cigar from Rocky Patel just because I'm like, yo, that dude does the right thing by the industry. And so even if his sticks are, even if I'm like, is there something else I want here a little bit more that I like a little bit more that fits my, I'm not saying it's a better quality cigar. It's just going to fit my taste a little bit better.
Yeah.
But it's like every once in a while you got to throw that guy some love because he's just out there fighting for us every day. And thank you.
Yeah,
You know
it's
what I
nice
mean?
to see, and that's just it with like PCA for us as retailers, or if you're a distributor, media, whatever, join that because that's what a lot of your money's going to. It's not for the convention; it's for the lobbying rights. Like that's what you're.
Have you joined CRA yet?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know we talked about that initially, and you're like,
I never
"Oh,
did
I'm
get
not
my
even a
I never did
member."
get my gift pack.
No.
Yeah, but I'm
Save
again,
the money, baby.
Again, it was one of those things. I'm glad that I
They
joined.
take a while.
Really?
In all fairness, like I've got like
I think I did it
which
in March,
is nice.
so that's a bit long.
Which is nice. Have you ever gotten like some money back for something that you weren't expecting, and you're like, this came at the exact right time?
Yeah.
Like I know that there's been times where I've renewed my CRA membership and forgotten completely about those cigars, and then the day came. And they came like right when I was
And you're
like,
like,
I need to
stick.
go to the cigar
Yeah.
store because I ain't got anything in the house. And by the way, Chichingo and Peppa Patty, love you for trying, but I'm out again.
Yeah, he goes. If he's got them, he smokes them. Yeah,
100%. Because what did I tell you today?
Yeah.
I was like, you need to make sure you bring me cigars.
Bring
I
me
need them
some sticks.
PCA cigars. I need the rest of the Kikis.
Yeah.
Bring some stuff over here because I got nothing, and my cigar budget for the month is already gone.
Speaking of the cigars that I brought over,
Yeah.
Hefe, man, dude, they sent us 4 each to try, which is their whole line. They have a Figurado, a number 1, a number 2, and a number 3. I love it. Like,
I've done number 1 and number 2. I don't know what number 3 is, but it scares me a little.
but the number 1 was great with coffee. I smoked that one. The Figurado, I hadn't eaten that day, and I could tell. I mean, it's got something behind it, but the flavor of both of those that I've smoked have been fantastic. Thank you, Sergio. And actually, it started a lot like the Kiki Momo thing where he posted something and I'm like, bro, what do you like? Come on. And he's like, no big deal. And I said, well, all right, well, where do I get them? And he's like, well, I am the brand, it's mine and all that. I'm like, oh, cool. I'm opening a shop, where can I pick some up? He's like, I'll send you some. So he doesn't just send me a baggie. That's the thing. Like, I was expecting to get a little baggie with some cigars in it, like you do from anywhere else that you buy cigars from.
$15, little man. Put that shit in my hand.
If that money doesn't show you,
You owe me,
that jungle up. Anyways, I understood that reference. But he sent me a Jarador with the built-in hygrometer on the top, glow in the dark. It's a pretty Jarador for a Jarador. Cedar in it. It had the Humidistick in it. Had a Boveda pack in it. All the cigars in it. What? You're losing it on something.
Marketing idea.
Okay.
You watch Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Okay, so what if instead of jar door, we had the hold the door?
Hold the door.
Hold the door.
This is a Hodor humidor. I can't help it. I just go places. I'm like, oh, well, I'm here. I'm there. You don't know. Back to the story.
Yeah, no, really.
And Sam, back to you.
Really appreciate it, man. Like I said, the cigars I've had, I've given you feedback on, direct messaging and all that. It's been fantastic. I really enjoyed it. Why is there a circle around Smokey Joe, and why does he look like a female
It's facial recognition.
enjoyment enhancement device?
It's because we do not have a Chichingo bobblehead yet. Don't pick him up by the base. You got to pick him up by the bowl. You got a cup.
It looks less bad now. Like it looked like a female enjoyment device.
I mean, I haven't tried it, but you're giving me ideas.
But now he's got like the secondary. So
never mind. I think
you went there, huh?
Yeah, I think Nazis are still a hot topic.
Yeah, don't
a hot button topic.
Let that one go.
Yeah. Try to avoid the white supremacy on this show.
Yeah.
When at all possible.
Yeah, you just avoid that.
In an industry run by brown people making things I love.
And moving on.
Yeah.
Do we want to do events, or do we want to do participation, or do we want to welcome to the group? What do you want to do next, Corey?
Participation's on the back of the page. I'd appreciate it if we could stay on the
Well, I
page
didn't
in
know if
order
you-
because you got me all.
Okay.
It jacks me up.
Okay. All right. Okay.
But the question is, who does the events now?
Ooh.
How about I'll do the events and you can do the event because you may need to Google it. You may know. If you know, that's cool.
Which event?
The only one that you know and I don't. The one that we talked about on the page where the picture doesn't have the updated, the Leaning House deck series.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You mean the one? Okay. The one that's for that day.
You heard of face palming. It's funny how often I face microphone. It's going to become the new thing.
I like it.
That's got to be
Face
that's
microphone?
going to be the next T-shirt. Is just a profile of me with my forehead,
With your head down?
my enormous forehead that goes all the way to my neck, resting upon the microphone.
With a shirt on that says "Marketing Genius." Self-declaimed marketing genius.
Look at you now. You're going. No.
That's
Yes, man. Every time I was like, Amelia.
And there was like Amelia. I finally smoked one of those. There's a cigar called the Amelia.
The Roxbury. Yeah. Get on the trademark website.
No,
right now.
like that's already covered.
The Roxbury.
We'll talk about it.
Oh, look at us.
Yeah, that's-
or me,
it's
or
already there,
you,
bro.
or whatever.
Well, I didn't.
All
it's
right.
not mine.
So here are the events this week, Thursday, August 5th. This is the big one, kids. We've teased it a little bit, but we haven't talked about it in much detail because we don't prepare for things. And so
5th?
we were still trying to nail down the details. But this, not this Thursday.
you're
I just said this because I like to. Thursday, August the 5th.
Yeah, August.
Yeah, that's not the
5th
one
is
anyway.
not the right date.
No, the 6th is next. I go in order.
Yeah, but Thursday is not the 5th. Thursday is the 4th. Because Saturday's the 6th.
It is.
You can't have two of them in a row. 2 5ths.
I copy my information from the interwebs. I can't help it if it's
It
not
was the wrong interwebs.
factual.
Bud. You
Yeah.
looked at the wrong place.
And I'm going to jump to the middle one because I'm more excited about it.
Team
So I'm going to
4.
go out of order. I'm going to do a Sam.
I'm gonna do what I want.
I'm a Burbach.
I roll with 12 games.
All right, so this is the exciting one. Saturday, August the 6th, we have the Aladino event at Nelson Lagusto's in Greensburg, Pennsylvania. You will be privy to live music, food, JRE cigar deals, prizes, and the best of all the cigar junkies will be there at noon to do the live podcast. And in addition to the giveaways that they have going on, which I imagine will be spectacular and exciting in every way, Sam and I are going to have some special stuff for the junkies.
Swagging
We
it
are,
up.
yeah, we're going to have some cool items from Ian Mock. We have not picked the name for his company. I've decided I'm going to do it because he's taking too long. So we'll have some cool ass custom leather cigar accessories. And in addition to that, we will have items that we will be giving away from Tom's Penworks. So if you've been going, maybe a pen with my favorite cigar band on it would be the way to go, but I can't decide. Well, maybe you should need to come out to the Aladino event on the 6th
Dun, dun,
and see us in
dun.
person and get a chance to hold one. Because as soon as you get that weight in your hand, you're like, little man.
That's what she said.
Oh, yeah. Not to me.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
never
Seth
to me.
Jones? He's going to see Motley Crue at Fenway Park that day.
Oh, Seth Jones. Seth Jones. You know what?
You know, brother. We love you anyway.
You can be against him, but I ain't.
I'm not.
Because
at all.
I'll tell you this right now, if anybody else ever gets elected to group expert, the proper response is sending Corey Aladino cigars in the mail.
is that it? Just bribery will get you everywhere with you?
Yeah. I mean, I can't speak to how good of a rep that Trey Mac is, but I can tell you what. Seth Jones, he reps them cigar junkies hard.
Yeah, boy.
He is. You look up cigar junkies in the dictionary, you're going to find a picture of my boy Seth Jones
Mr.
right
Jones.
there. Mr. Generosity.
Just a rest of the day.
I'm going to change the name to Jonesarosity.
Jones. That's just sad. That's just sad.
It's a little
You want
erotic
to
in there.
move on? Moving on.
All
moving
right.
on, moving on.
How about, can I still call it Thursday, August 5th? I guess not. Here's the question. I don't know if it's Thursday, August 4th, or Friday, August 5th, but it's going to be one of those days, I guess. You're going to have the Swine Asylum Pig Roast at the Smokestack
Yeah.
in Coriopolis, featuring amazing deals on Asylum, Aroa, and CLE cigars. They'll be roasting a whole pig at no cost to you. So stay tuned for prizes. And then Sunday, August 24th, that may or may not be a Sunday. I don't know. I don't fact check these things. I just take
You
it as it comes.
go
Yeah.
for it.
No fact checking here. The Crowned Heads with Miguel Shodel at Cigaro from 2 to 6 p.m. with great deals on Crowned Heads, cigars, beer, and bourbon for those who wish to participate. If I'm not mistaken,
Let's not participate.
partake.
Don't change the words. You yell at me when I change the
They're
words.
synonyms.
Synonyms.
But I didn't spend
Synonym.
5 minutes on it or try to figure out the pronunciation. I mean, it's they're equally acceptable.
No, you yell at me for changing words, even though they're synonyms.
Don't be mad at me because my winging it game is better than yours.
Bruh.
Anyway, I think that's in the
Bruh.
North Hills somewhere.
Bruh.
Cigaro. You got the Googles. You know how to find it.
Yeah. Cigaro.
Now, just
No
to be a
cha-ching.
dick, we don't have to go right there yet, but I'm giving you the welcome to the group segment so I can listen to you butcher some crap.
All right. Welcome
So-
to the group, Mr. Mark Pastor, Sean Henderson, Aaron Allen, Ethan Hank. I wanted to say Ethan Hawk, Stephen Fortich,
Yeah, how you like it.
Donzel Parker, Kelly Mon, Jason Galanter, Deborah Lynn, Mitch White, Freeze Blackburn, too many names, La Baita Batia, Lal Batia, yeah, we're going with that, Matthew Wine, Mark James, Kieran Banks.
What? You're not. Oh, shoot. We got to put a age restriction. Don't. No, just keep going.
Our Cigar Life, Chingo, Gilvin Mason, and Josh Thibodeau.
Thibodeau.
There's no Thibodeau. It's just
It-
Thibaut.
Yeah.
There's no D in the
I
end.
know a Thibodeau.
Yeah, but
and it's not spelled anything like
yeah,
that.
yeah. We're going with
Thibaut.
Thibaut.
Where are you going, Thibaut?
Where you going? Nowhere. Seth Jones and Ringo. I'm going to comment on this. Ringo said, "Are you giving away bottles of Blanton's?" Seth said, "Man, I feel like Blanton's is overrated and all marketing hype."
I got to cut you off. Seth Jones is my spirit animal.
I agree with him. Mm-hmm. So
I got there first, though.
I did. So I don't hunt for bourbons. If I see one that is rare and I want it, I buy it. So like Willet Rye, when I see that, I grab it. But Blanton's is one that, even though it's rare, I won't buy it except to possibly sell it on secondary market.
I would keep it and drink it because I do like Blanton's.
I
But I believe it is incredibly overrated.
Yeah.
But I got to be honest with you. When we come to the gimmicky stuff, I'd buy it just for the horsey.
Yeah. See, and that's I don't understand that. Like,
Not like for the
I got
horsey,
all
but
the letters and the
here's the
hyphen, too.
thing. It's a very pretty bottle, and it is an excellent representation of what I think the default bourbon should be. But it should not be the let's go out and spend bazillions
Right.
of dollars trying to get it.
which is the thing that like
They-
everybody
they-
charges a lot for it now because it's hard to get.
They created an artificial demand
Yep.
for it by prioritizing sales to casinos and horse tracks,
Yep.
and then leaving what was left over to go everywhere else. And then everybody was like, "Oh, I can't get this, and it's a pretty bottle, and I need to have it, and I need to post pictures of it just because I have it and somebody else doesn't." And again, if I roll through, I always look for it in the bourbon aisle.
Yeah.
Like, but the thing is, like in Pittsburgh, people know There's a
track the
Facebook group
shipments.
that tracks the days that they ship it, and people line up at the stores
Yep.
on those days and will buy it the second it hits the shelves.
Yep, I have a buddy that
It's absurd.
for like 2 years has been helping unload the trucks for free. Just goes whenever the trucks get there, and they let him buy early and they let him know what's coming every single time because of exactly that. I did pick up 2 bottles of Buffalo Trace while I was there because it was available. And again, the thing that sucks about Pennsylvania wine and spirits is you're limited on what you can buy by what they select to carry in the stores, and they're all the same. Like, you have this selection that's you're not going to find like Total Wine's going to go out and they have a buyer that's like, okay, this is popular.
Yeah.
They're going to bring it in, try it in the market. PA doesn't do that. But what they do is Buffalo Trace is still $30 a bottle. They don't inflate. Like Blanton's is still, I think, what is it, 44 a bottle? I think it's not expensive if you find it at Wine and Spirits.
No, it isn't. It's at least $60.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been so long since I bought
Yeah.
it. But
you're
it's
you're way before inflation.
yeah, and that's just it. But they don't.
I am too, but not that far.
But they're not. The only nice thing about State Store is they charge their standard markup, whatever that may be, from everybody, and that's it.
But here's the thing, though. That's like the best and worst thing, because it's strange. Because you'll go other places and the stuff that we can get here, sometimes you'll see it for $20 more a bottle.
Yeah.
And sometimes you'll see it for $10 less. Because the thing is, since it's state-controlled pricing, they don't necessarily go in and go hard on promoting a
Right.
thing or like going, okay, we're going to get the
They don't
price
do
on
anything
it.
on it.
No, it's pretty... So it's like up and down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it absolutely would be a nice giveaway, Chichingo, but I think it's overrated, and I won't buy it.
Speaking of giveaways, there better be a little Chichingo with a chili pepper in his
Right?
hand tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I want to see.
Hey, make
Yeah.
sure you guys drive the right car.
Yeah.
Okay? We don't want any excuses this time. Did you catch that?
No.
See, this is
Oh,
why
I haven't watched
Chichingo
that
and
show
Patty
yet.
are better than you.
Yeah.
It is because they're more junky than you. They're more junky than me. That's
oh,
why
yeah.
they're experts
Yeah,
and we're
they're
not.
true.
No, they put Bobblehead Dave, as they call him. I'll skip the proper title.
Yeah.
In the wrong vehicle.
Oh.
So they came here and were
Oh,
disappointed to find out that fortunately for me, they brought the vehicle with a Ziploc bag full of cigars.
So you were covered on that.
Yeah, I didn't run out of cigars last week. I ran out 2 days ago.
Nice.
But yeah, they took care of me. They're good folks, them peoples.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. I don't even know if
Hell
that
yeah.
guy's listened to one episode of the show.
I don't care.
He gets so many references.
And even whenever when I send the welcome message to any new members, or even when I'm talking to anybody now from the Junkies, whenever they say something I like, or like, oh, I found you here, I really enjoy your show, I'm like, hell yeah. And that's what I type in, and nobody has a clue why I do it.
I'm going to tell you right now, we talked earlier today about doing a trivia contest, a Cigar Junkies trivia contest for distributing some of our prizes that we have to give away at the Nelson Lagusto's Aladino event. And one of the things that made us second guess the idea was that there's going to be 2, maybe 3 people there that would actually know the answers to everything. And there are people that have already received free items from the Cigar Junkies. So I challenge anybody out there that is a listener to this show, that has not seen us live before, that has not met us in person,
Yeah.
to get out to the Aladino event at August 6th. Let the store owners know that we have a little bit of a draw.
Yeah.
Very, very little, but
Yeah.
something. And if you're someone that we haven't seen in person before and you come in and you got some junkie trivia that you can just spout off,
Yeah.
there's a
that'd be
good
fun.
chance you're going to walk home with something new.
Yeah, and to elaborate on that, if the more people that we have show up to events and stuff like that, the more events we're going to be invited to.
Sure.
And so, yeah, guys, if you can make it down, obviously, you got stuff going on. I get it. I get you. We all, life gets in the way.
I didn't understand that.
Yeah, well, I'm going with that one instead of it finds a way, because it never finds a way. You always have to force it through. Let's see.
That's what she said.
August 6th at Leanin' House, there is going to be... Oh, crap. I had it a minute ago. There's going to be a band on the deck. There's going to be drink
Good, one
specials.
job.
Drink specials.
You can visit Get 'em Under the Deck.
Yeah, stop down under the deck. She's working on the menu for what drink she's going to have to... So she's picking the drinks for each of the bands, specifically for the bands. Like, I know Billy the Kid is getting an espresso martini because that dude is, like, amped.
Oh, that's another reason for me to go to
Yeah.
that show.
Yeah, so-
Also, the fact that I don't have to make it. Last time I did, I ruined my bar.
Yeah.
one of my bars. Fortunately, I got more than one.
Yeah, good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
so,
I
like-
look forward to what Get 'em's got.
Yeah, I think it's going to be
That's not a good slogan. What does Get 'em got?
what does Get 'em got. But yeah, so yeah,
I amused
definitely stop down
myself.
on the 6th. You know, come down, stop down around 5, smoke a stick with me, chill out, and then go out onto the deck, watch some rock and roll, as it were.
Yo,
Grab
the-
some craft drinks.
I'm just going to say it right now. Put Saturday, August the 6th on your calendars because that is the Junkie Holy Grail Day.
Yeah, it's gonna be
because
a lot.
you can actually come out to Greensburg and hang with us starting at noon.
Yep.
Sam might bolt a little earlier than me, but you get to come in, meet Husto Aroa,
Yep.
Trey Mack, Fred Findley. You can hang out with me, Sam, for a little bit. Enjoy the deals that are being offered there on some of my favorite sticks, and then we can, travel in the old hippie van over
Dark
to the
and-
Leaning House. Then
Dark
you
as the
could
moon on
try.
6th of June with a Kenworth hauling logs, cab over peak with a reefer on, Jimmy hauling hogs.
All right. I don't know about the Holland Hogs part, but I know
Convoy,
somebody
baby.
who would.
Convoy, baby.
I know she's going to sound off in the chat room. That's what I know. She's going to make you go, oh.
Peppa Pet.
You didn't even get it right. It's more like, but it'll be cool. You
Yeah.
can come hang with us there. Check out the Aladino specials. Then we can roll on over to the Leaning House. You could try some Leaning House cigars from the first time if you haven't had them already.
Yeah.
If you have had them already, then you're going to want to buy more, clearly. You can meet Get 'em, Sam's favorite sister, underneath the deck. Let her cook some stuff up for you and see an awesome band up on the deck, even though we don't know who it is because I gave Sam to Google it and he did not.
Yeah, I didn't give it the fair attention. I didn't. I wanted to. I thought about it. I considered it. I didn't.
The nice thing about Sam's brain is there's so much room for activities.
I feel like it's final time too, because I feel like we're doing taco time, and she's gonna do walking tacos. I think she was talking about doing walking tacos, and then what's that taco dip, like the sour cream salsa and all that stuff, like that delicious tray that like shows up at parties with the cheese and all that stuff. I think she's doing those in cups. I think that's what's going.
I've not seen this tray.
You have. You just.
Is it a walking taco? Is that what you're referring to?
You know what a walking taco is, right?
I don't know.
It's
I haven't seen 'em
either
advertised.
Doritos or Fritos, and
Yeah,
you
it's
put
like
the
you
taco meat. You put
dip
everything in there,
it.
and you walk around. and you just eat your taco, and you walk and eat your taco.
I understand,
Walking tacos.
yeah.
You understand that reference?
So, but we're not talking about the same thing.
No, and then on top
Because
of
we
that,
do a dip here that is super easy, tastes fancy, and it's good. And it's actually, you'll have some tomorrow. It's just a combination of, it's cream cheese.
Yeah, you smear cream
and
cheese on a plate.
We
or
use
a tray.
sour cream.
Okay.
We do just cream cheese, a block of cream cheese, and a bowl with salsa, microwave it, stir it together, and it's phenomenal.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is a little bit. Colby, you better be there. Yeah, you have to show up.
And I will give you 100%, promise you, you will get one of our giveaways if you mount Sam and take him to the ground.
No,
Patty will do it and give away her prize.
no,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
I want to see him in the green wig.
No. I have PTSD from hearing yeehaw yelled behind me so many times.
Yeah.
Just random people going yeehaw and mounting.
He's got
me.
PCA, PATSD, which I
You
put on the
have been
notes.
mounted. Yes, and he absolutely did.
And I understood that reference.
So speaking of PCA,
Rocking and rolling. And yeah, give us some. Because here's the thing. Last time we called the episode, what happens in Vegas doesn't stay in Vegas, and we almost didn't
And everything
talk
stayed in
about
Vegas.
like we talked about things that you guys did in Vegas, but the people here that like cigars, and we're like, I'd like to know what it was
Yeah.
like to be at that event. Got breadcrumbs
so first off, as a new retailer, never having been to PCA,
and never having a retail shop,
not having a
still
shop.
not having one.
it was like drinking from a fire hose. There was just so much information, so many people to meet. It was
Get out of
insane.
my browser history.
It was wild. So the first day of the show, which was actually not part of the actual, like the floor wasn't open yet, but they had a couple things going on, which I had talked about on the episode I had called in. But I rocked my junkie attire that day, and I met a lot of cool people in my junkie wardrobe. What?
That's another T-shirt. It's got to say it on the back though.
Junkie attire?
No, I rocked my junkie.
I rocked my junkie. I mounted my junkies, more like it.
Get him, Patty.
Yeah, this junkie's been mounted. So there was a lot going on.
I'm a special order you one that says "Do not mount me" on the back.
This is for you, buddy.
And I am going to disobey that order.
So I did the Fuente thing. I walked around. I met some people, and then there was a Crowned Heads party. They did the opening night party. It was sponsored by Crowned Heads. They gave away a lot of cigars. Like just, you smoked a cigar, you walked up, you got another, and that was cool. That was really they put on a decent show. From what I understand, it's better than what some of the past had been. That being said, I watched an interview with Saka and Pete Johnson and some other people who know a lot more than we do. They had a lot of critiques about that party, but none of them were like, I enjoyed myself, and there's going to be a video compilation coming out on the Junkies page of some of the fun that I had there. But I met one group in particular that they kind of ran me down while I was there, who spent the duration of the time that they were there. Anytime they saw me, they tried to run me down and try and catch me off guard and, get some quips in and try and catch me to stumble. And they did not succeed. And I know that they did not succeed. And I know that this was their goal because they talked about it on their podcast.
It's time for the participation trophy of the week. You may not be an athlete. You may not be a winner. But in the Cigar Junkies' eyes, you get a trophy anyway. Sam, tell them what we got.
So definitely participation trophy goes to Beyond the Humidor podcast with the Loomis Cigar Cartel. If you guys haven't checked them out, check them out. Definitely check out the PCA episode that they did. There's a nice little blurb about myself in there. They mentioned
the nice thing is you only have to listen to like 5 minutes, and then you can cut out and come back to us.
Yeah, they're worth listening to. I'm not even going to back you up on that.
I like Sam's.
They're a lot of fun.
I like Sam's description of them.
What was that?
You don't remember what your description? How you said, "Hey, check these guys out. They are the."
Oh, they're the West Coast us.
They're the West Coast us.
Yeah,
they've got more experience, more traction.
Yeah.
But we're prettier, I think.
They've got a couple years on us.
Well, here's the thing, though. I think I could honestly say, without doing any research at all, we've got to be the prettiest podcast hosts out there. Females aside, that doesn't count. That doesn't count, okay? But I mean, it comes to men. Listen, we're relatively attractive. We might be somewhere. We probably average a 7 between the two of us.
Yeah, I don't claim all that, bud.
That's not true at all. That is one of the things that I liked about you the best, is because one of the first times we talked after a show, you're like, oh, yeah, well, not everybody can be like us. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, oh, we're two good-looking guys. And I was like, I love you.
We're actually pretty.
I love you. But here's the thing.
Corey feel good.
We are not the average
No.
in the cigar smoking world.
No,
and
we're
no
not.
offense to anybody out there, because I am well on my way.
Speaking of good-looking
promise.
dudes, Doug Eggert, welcome to the welcome
that's a good
to
beard,
the chat,
dude.
right?
That is the
That is a
definition of a
fantastic
good beard. I can't wait till he comes over tomorrow with his 30-pack of Icy Delights. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Those would go well at the beer pong table.
boy.
Hey, so Chichingo and Peppa Patty, if you guys haven't done it yet, maybe you want to stock up on some little piggies, because they'd be good prizes for beer pong. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Just saying.
I'm sure they have piggies everywhere.
Yeah, but the question is, can they part with any of the ones they have? Because here's the thing.
They name them.
I have at least 700 times more cigar cutters and lighters than I need, but I ain't parting with them.
They're not going anywhere.
Yeah. Ain't like I ain't going down on the freaking end of the driveway handing them out to people driving past.
Fair enough.
Now, there are ones that I will specifically acquire in a deal just because it's like, okay, somebody new. I'm like, here you go. Here's your starter kit.
Yeah, get them.
Let me peer pressure you into our way of life.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see. If there's extras in the litter, maybe bring them along. It'd be a fun prize.
I'm gonna go back to the Beyond the Humidor guys for 1 second. The one dude, I think his name,
I think that's the title of the sequel movie, Back to Beyond the Humidor.
Back to Beyond the Humidor.
All right,
the
future
dude,
boy.
The one dude, Greg, has. I understood that reference now. The one dude, Greg, has a voice like he's got like a Sam Elliott.
Oh,
thing.
he's got the dude. I listen to them.
Dude, he's got that voice.
They've got the radio voice. As
Yeah.
much as people tell me like, oh, you've got the voice for this, I certainly do not. I mean, I'm not terrible, but I'm probably a 6 out of 10. I get a lot of help from the Procaster.
And they sound like that. Like
Oh, yeah.
they're not doing a whole lot.
Oh, really?
Meet him talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like his voice is not modified. That is what he sounds like. And when he walks up behind you and you're in mid deal talking to somebody, and his goal is to get you like caught off guard and off balance, and you hear Sam Elliott walk up behind you, like hey, you need to turn around here and say hello to me. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, bud.
Is it one of those dudes where you're like, you sound like a grown up?
It's more of like I'll do whatever you want, bud. It's fine.
Just don't take my wallet.
But no, they're a hoot to listen to. I've actually been going through their list. Their
I think that
episodes.
cowboy hat
Hoot
shining
nanny.
through.
Yeah, they are.
They're
They're
a hoot and a half.
They're a hoot nanny. That's for sure. So
You get 3 out of 5 hoots.
you get 3. But no, so that was really cool participation trophy, and it is well, we got a new participation trophy coming.
Oh, maybe,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, it'll be-
I tell you.
Yeah. So
My mind's going today. I was like, I called Sam and I was like, yo, check this out. And he was like, that's a really good idea. And usually I call Sam and I go, yo, check this out. And he's like, I don't got time for your fucking bullshit. I'm doing important shit over here, like trying to remember what I'm trying to do. Don't be calling me interrupting my thought processes. I'm in here working on my piece of shit system.
but no, dude, great idea. So I'm really excited for you guys to see the new participation delivery system. We'll go with that.
It's going to be just like everything else you get on this show. Pretty, but worthless.
It's gonna be pretty worthless.
Faux
that's the
show,
fun of
baby.
it.
Faux
Oh, yeah.
show.
But no, I'm excited to get that going. What do you got coming up in the next week? So I was thinking about this the other day. Like we always ask how what we did last week, but like, do you have anything exciting coming up this week?
Nothing I want to talk. Well, I mean, we got tomorrow,
We got
but
tomorrow.
I don't want to go into any deep
Well,
descriptions because I mean, there may be people that are, a little
Yeah, I got
on
you.
the outside.
But I'm
and I
saying-
wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do any of that.
We're not trying to oust anybody.
To be honest with you, most of my days most of my weeks revolving around tomorrow. So, I got a couple of days off after that. It'll be nice because I've been slammed with OT at work,
Yeah.
and like I'm accustomed to OT. That's not a problem. However, the OT that they're adding for us at work is to try to make up from being behind, and that OT almost always ends up being non-productive.
Yeah.
So it's just incredibly stressful.
Yeah.
And
That sucks.
it's times like these that I go, I'm glad I'm bald already because I got nothing left to lose. You know what I mean?
No more-
Those grays ain't hurting me. I can't lose
Can't
it.
pull it
if
out,
I
yeah.
if I lost more hair, it would just be less hair I'd have to shave.
Mm-hmm.
So it could only be convenient from here.
Yeah, no, well, no, the reason I brought it up is like, okay, we talked about what we did for the last week, but it's like, you know what? If we talk about what we're gonna do, then when we talk about what we did, we can kind of like, we can match it up each week,
Yeah, I
Like, I
guarantee
know-
you 50% of the time it would not match up because you'd be like, this is what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And this is what I got done. And especially for you.
Yeah.
Also, this is your idea, and you set it up, and you came at me. So now it's time to tell
Oh,
them
you
what
should have-
you plan to do for the next week because you did not think that far ahead.
No, I did not.
He was like, I
well-
think if I could,
So-
change the M over to block 1 and the C to block 2, I might be able to get this damn POS system to work.
And they won't give me the source code. That's what makes me mad. Like, just give me the code.
I'm not a bad
I'll
movie source
fix
code.
it. Just give me the code, and I will fix it. No, so
Fix it, fix it, fix it. Like, fix it, fix it.
we've discussed it before. I don't actually smoke that many cigars. Like,
Yeah.
like throughout the week, I don't smoke that much.
Sam is what you would call an amateur cigar junkie. I'm a professional.
Well, see, that's
I
the thing.
run out constantly. Sam's humidor has not been empty since he got it, probably.
No, but I like when I smoke a cigar,
Damn
like
shame.
I smoke it like with a purpose. Like I'm sitting there, I want to know what it tastes like. I want to think about it. I want to take time.
I have a purpose too. My purpose is this cigar keeps me from assaulting people.
Yeah, see, I don't.
And I want to assault people,
But I-
a lot.
I have different nicotine delivery system for that.
That's true, you do. You're a cheater.
Yeah,
That's what you are.
Absolutely,
He's
So-
a cheater.
But like,
He's got that cotton candy cloud
Yeah.
following him around everywhere.
absolutely. But like for me, a cigar
That would
is
actually
time-
be handy for somebody that's flatulent. Flatulent? a
Just
lot?
be like, ooh,
Just
here
be
we go.
like, oh.
It doesn't work, by the way.
I love the fact
Just
that
throwing it
the
out there.
fact that you tried it.
Well, I
the fact
didn't
that you tried
try
it makes you
intentionally, but
worthy
it's-
of
yeah.
sitting in the chair
Yeah.
next to me. It means we're on the same path in life.
I'm going back to the subject here, and we're moving on.
Seth Jones, it's not my problem. He says he has FOMO for tomorrow. Seth Jones was invited. I would not invite a expert from the Cigar Junkies to come to
Yeah.
my event, my personal private event tomorrow. It ain't my fault that you're scared to drive from wherever the hell you are in New England. I think he's from Connecticut.
That way.
Yeah, it's one of those.
It's like that
If you're scared to drive here, I can't help you. I don't know what to tell you. Mark August 6th down on your calendar and get a Tesla.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Maybe, I mean, if you can't afford to drive, you ain't got the gas money, that's an excuse. I get you.
I think you should look up last minute flights right now.
Big bam.
Like right,
Big
like,
bam.
while we're on here, you should just be like, all right, what's last minute flight price?
Keith Moskowitz did it.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Silly bastard.
Tricks are for kids.
No, I don't smoke a whole lot, but when I smoke with a purpose to carve out time for myself. Like that is my downtime. Like that's what I do is like that's how I take time for myself.
9 hours is nothing, buddy. You could do it.
If you leave right now, you can even sleep before the party.
Let's start a one of those chants in the chat room. You can do it, Seth. You can do it, Seth. Quit being a little bitch.
How about just Jonesy? Jonesy.
Ooh, Jonesy, Jonesy, Jonesy.
All right, moving on.
Get in there, kids.
Yeah, so he if you know, so I smoke with a purpose. So today, you know, I'm smoking
That's
that.
another good T-shirt.
Can I finish one story?
Quit giving me good ideas.
What?
That's another good T-shirt. Can I finish one story, bro? Come on, it's a good day.
Chingo, just write all this stuff down.
I need
for
more
him.
beer.
No, you don't.
Write that down.
Did you try this one yet?
I feel like that one's copyright infringement, but write that down's a good one
Write
too.
that
Yeah,
down.
with a cigar pen.
Yeah. So, but like because I smoke with a purpose. So today I'm sitting. My kids are riding bikes at South Park. You know, the big parking lot next to the deck hockey rink. So they're riding bikes. They're having a good old time. I'm sitting at the park
It's
bench.
not deck hockey. It's ice hockey.
No, it's a deck hockey rink. Further down, there's like a big wrong parking lot. This one's all
My
flat.
wife's more familiar. She likes the walking.
Yeah.
I put up with the walking.
Yeah. But anyway, so I smoke a cigar, and I'm like halfway through it, and I ditch it, and I move on to another one. And a friend of ours she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "What do you mean? What am I doing?" She's like, "You just dropped half a cigar." I'm like, "I have to try all these things." Yeah, I'm just going past you now.
That's what you're supposed to do, but you stopped.
'Cause I'm like, I just moved past. I just moved to the next cigar, and she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I need to go through hundreds of samples to figure out what I want in my humidor of just stuff like just the stuff I haven't tried. I have hundreds of." So I'm like, okay, I need to start actually working through the cigars. So I'm like, I smoked 3 cigars, and then went home with the kids, and then came here, smoking cigars here, and like I can smoke 8-10 cigars in a day, and you know that's fine, but it's not the same to me. Like when I smoke a cigar, it's very much an enjoyment thing. Like I want to focus on the stick.
I enjoy them all. I don't always give them as much focus as I'd like to. But here's the thing. Usually the ones that I'm smoking in a time where I'm not focusing on them is a cigar I know.
Right.
So it's not a first date cigar. You know, you farted in front of each other. You're a little comfortable. You know what I mean? It's like,
You've
okay,
been through it already.
Yeah. Like I know we're on the same page. Let's go do this thing together. Like I'm not afraid to take you to the furry convention. Chingo.
But no, like even the street taco, I've had a dozen of these at least. I've probably had 2 or 3 boxes of these, but you know, like I specifically stopped and picked up Casamigos Anejo. Like that's what I went in there for was Casamigos Anejo because I was like, all right, I want to see what it's like with this tequila. So when I smoke the same thing more than once, it's generally so that I can see what it tastes like with different things. Because eventually, people are going to ask me that stuff when I have a shop, and I need to. I'm crash coursing this. I haven't been in this industry that long. Like I need to learn fast. So that's all I was getting at.
Seth, you're burying yourself. Seth Jones in the comments says, I drive 1,000 miles a week for work already.
That's a lot.
Yeah, but if you're driving 1,000 a week already, what's 900 more? You know what I mean?
No. What's another 1,000?
Well,
Because it's 500 each way. So he's doing.
I thought he said 900 each way.
No, 500.
509 hours. Yeah, that's right. So you're just doubling up.
Yeah. So
You're
you're
just
just doing
doubling up.
2 weeks of work in.
You know, anybody could double up a little bit.
I'm back
That's
in.
what she said.
I'm back in Jonesy. I'm back in Jonesy.
That's what she said.
Hey, I was not part of the furry convention.
Here's
I
the
was not
thing,
invited.
Jonesy, I always got your back. But the thing is, I want to see you. I want to give you a bear hug and be like, yo, you're the man. Thank you.
By the way, he's going to bring his step stool to do that, Seth.
I always have a step
Okay.
stool. Plus, this is my home.
Prepared.
There's step stools everywhere.
There's steps. You can just have him stand like.
If not, I'm a pretty good climber.
You just get him.
I can
mount 'em.
climb. I can climb.
Yeah. Scream yeehaw first. I hear that makes it better.
How about if you don't mount me, and then right at the bottom of the T-shirt, if you can read this, you need a step stool to mount me.
No.
No?
No.
Huh.
No,
Yeah.
that's actually just all across the board, just not a good one.
How about one specific for Peppa Patty and Chichingo that says, "Ask me about my piggy"?
Ask me about my piggy. I understood that reference.
He did. He did.
So what
it
do you
wasn't
guys-
even supposed to be a reference, but it was, and I appreciate that you got there.
So
That's what I appreciate about you.
Is that what you appreciate about it? So what do you guys think?
I'll bring it down 10%.
So walking in Vegas, right? They walk past the one store, and they're they got the booty shorts with just like raunchy shit written
I
on them.
love booty shorts.
But like,
And here's the thing. You ever look at somebody that's wearing something with something written on their ass and they give you a dirty look and you go,
I was
"What the
reading, bro.
fucking-
Like,
don't look at me. Don't
right.
put a fucking billboard on your
Why-
butt and I won't try to read it."
That's why, like, you wrote pink on there so that I would look down and be like, "What's that? Oh, it's pink. Okay." You know,
And then some smartass has to walk up and say, "What'd it say?" And you
Yeah.
go, what say?
well, but I'm thinking like the track style ones, like the old like
Eventually.
running style ones, right? What do you guys think about me getting some booty short ones for in the shop that just say just the tip on them, like on the back?
The Cigar Junkies booty short challenge.
Oh, bro, I know our listener base.
You started it.
No,
Listen,
I was thinking.
know.
I was thinking as merchandise to sell in my
You
shop.
know.
I wanted an opinion.
You know this is not a safe space.
No,
That's my opinion.
No, that is not okay.
Patty,
That is not
Here's
okay.
what I want to know. Do you want to see the booty short challenge?
Dude, it's not happening, bro. I come from a furry people.
Oh, well, so does Chichingo, but they have conventions.
Yeah.
All right. So, oh, my shit just went away. I've had that experience going to the bathroom. You ever have that? You're like, then you leave and you're like, oh, there it is. Anyways, where was I going? Oh, I'm in a safe space because my wife no longer listens, and I don't think she's going to start with episode 24, whatever the hell this is.
Okay.
All right. So her friend comes over last night, who is not married, but has a child with one of my bestest buddies, Waller. You'll learn about Waller later.
All
He's like
right.
7 foot tall. He's like one of the sweetest dudes ever. Just be like, yo, man, you need money. just a weird dude. Like, just give him whatever you need. So she comes over and she weighs like 87 pounds.
Okay.
And she's ripped. I mean, ripped. And she's using this stray cat that she wants to take home as an excuse to say obscene words. Right?
Okay.
And so here's the thing. I've been swimming with these people, right? 2 of my wife's best friends are here. And they're like, we're friends. We're all friends. Yeah. Like, we're tight, all of us. And so I get a shower, and this girl's ripped. I mean, she drank 2/3 of a bottle of wine by herself. At 87 pounds, she never drinks. And so she's out there yelling obscene stuff about this black cat that she wants to take home with her. And so I hop in the shower, shave. I'm going out to say goodnight. I got like 4 hours to go before I have to get up in the morning, and I go out to say goodnight. And she's already in the dirty zone. Her mind's in the gutter. And I don't think about it. I come out in the towel. And she goes, "Really, Corey? In a towel?" And then she starts talking about the cat, too, and adding it 1 + 1. And I was very amused with the situation. It was good.
Do you feel better you got that story out?
I do.
Okay.
Listen.
That was the equivalent of you going like this to me earlier.
Yeah.
Was
that long?
No, it wasn't long, but it was
No.
just like,
That's what she said.
yeah, that's definitely that's actually what she said. Moving on to comments. Let's see. Seth Jones said he'll be here eventually to answer our questions. Heather,
Yeah,
welcome to the party,
quitter.
if you want to call it a party. Seth responded to Chichingo saying, "How was the furry convention, Sam? Furry cricket." He said,
That is your costume.
He said, "Hell yeah."
Did we decide that on the last episode
Yes,
when you weren't
guys
here?
did.
Yeah. Oh,
yes.
so you listened to some of
No,
it.
my mother told me. Yeah, my mother listens
Okay,
to
some
every
more of that
episode
tequila?
for us. And then Mr. Newman, which one do you want, the mezcal or the anejo?
The number 2.
The vanilla. Mr. Newman said, "What brands did I want to visit at PCA that I did not get a chance to?" You guys know.
There's something he couldn't find.
You guys know that I'm a fanboy of a couple brands.
Oh, yeah.
The one that I'm most disappointed.
If you're not certain about it, there's 4 episodes where we smoked the cigar brand.
Well, I visited that one a couple times.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one I got to go to. But Romacraft, I didn't know they were at the show until the very last day.
Yeah.
Their booth was no BS. It was 4 chairs. It was just 4 chairs, 2 on this side, 2 on this side, a coffee table in the middle, tiny booth, because they didn't know they were going.
Well, not only
And they
that,
couldn't-
but did they strike you as the kind of people where they go like, we don't need a big booth
But they
because
couldn't-
we're always sold out of our crap anyway.
But they-
like we're too special for you.
So when these guys do this stuff in Vegas, they have to get a Vegas license to be able to sell their stuff in Vegas, or they have to get a Nevada license to be able to sell their stuff in Nevada. And it's a process. It takes time. They weren't able to do it from the time they made their decision to the time that the show started, or till then, that they were going to do that. So Romancraft, I'm really mad that I didn't get to catch that. Michael Herklitz was always a constant line to get to, so I didn't get to talk to him at Feria Tega.
He's got a Tom's Penworks pen.
Yeah. Which I was actually really excited to talk to him and ask him about it. Be like, hey, man, what's up?
Yeah, that would have been a cool
Yeah.
little thing. That's almost as good as I'm the other guy on his T-shirt.
Yeah. And there was just no chance for me to meet him. Like, he had just appointment after appointment, back to back.
I got to ask you, like, you didn't take me seriously whenever we approached the idea of having shirts with our faces on them. Mm-hmm. But that's very satisfying, isn't
Oh,
it?
yeah.
It's one of the best things ever. Like,
yeah.
oh, no, yeah, I'm the
You know
other guy.
what?
to
You
shirt.
think it's satisfying?
It's better than Snickers, I'd say.
I haven't decided what's more satisfying. That the one day that I wore the Junkies shirt at PCA, I had people coming up who knew who we were, or the fact that walking around with Just the Tip, there was people like, yo, I follow you on Instagram. And I'm like, really? Like, you know who Just the Tip is. You know the shop doesn't actually exist yet, right? Like, I'm still building this. So
If they follow you on Instagram, they know that because they've
Right.
seen the shattered remains of a Chinese
Yeah.
restaurant and
Well, like-
wondering where the cigars are.
But there's a couple like decently sized people that were like, "Oh, yeah, you're the one that was the Chinese restaurant." I'm like, "You know who I am?" Oh, okay,
Right?
So
You walk around, you're like,
yeah,
"Oh,
it
oh,
got a
oh."
little pep to my step.
Can I just say that I don't think there's ever been something that caught me off guard as much as I just had to reload my screen because it was giving me crap. So I pulled the chat back up, and it says a few people, and there are a few people that this doesn't rub me, but the thing I see is Patricia King Maskowitz are watching you, and I went
Oh yeah,
like
Patty's watching you.
I love Patty.
Heather is
I love
watching you.
Patty so much. But when I see it that way, especially because I see the are watching you, not is watching you, but are watching you,
Are watching you.
it just makes me
Yeah.
want to like go, don't mount me, bro.
Don't mount me, bro.
Oh man,
Yeah. That one.
I'm
worked.
telling you, it's a good day. It's a good day.
I'm gonna go back to what we were talking about. Birdwalk Berry over there. I'm gonna get you Birdwalk Berry on the back of your shirt.
That's a cigar wine.
Calm down.
Yeah, all right. If
Matt
you
Booth?
can't tell, I've been drinking.
Matt Booth. I got to meet him very briefly, shake his hand. I was happy about that. But I heard
You didn't give him my input on whether he's boutique anymore, did you?
No, I did not. I did
That's
not.
good.
give him-
Because
Well,
that was not the
was-
point. It was not to disparage
there was a
101.
lot of people really salty about his booth
Yeah.
because General pulled out of the show, but Room 101 already had a booth, and they weren't selling. Then I'm indifferent to this because I don't have feelings on it. I haven't been in long enough. But they weren't just selling Room 101 at his booth. They were selling multiple General brands at the booth.
Okay.
And that made, especially some of the other brand owners, that pissed them off pretty much, pretty heavily.
That'll do it.
But they did have a stripper pole and a giant bunny that walked around for a day. There was a guy in a pink bunny suit that walked around.
I think the episode's going to be titled Corey's Browsing History.
Yeah, it probably.
It's been a lot.
PCA recap and meets Corey's browsing history.
We get a clown and a disabled donkey in this episode somewhere, and we've got it pretty much covered.
Yeah. Another brand that I was disappointed in more than anything was my father had a cool booth. Everybody every day had a different like Major League Baseball style jersey on that was working there. It was nice because you knew who worked that booth.
Yeah.
Everywhere else it was kind of tough.
Okay.
But like you knew who worked that booth. I could not get attention from anybody there though. Like of all the brands that were there, that was the one with the worst customer service. And when I did talk to somebody, they said I had to go a certain route that I'm not going to go. And so now it's like, okay, well, I guess I'm not. I don't know how I'm handling this now because that booth kind of upset me. And that's exactly it. So Seth said Davidoff wasn't at the show either, yet Michael Herklitz was there, who's distributed by them. And there has been a decent amount of blowback from that one, but I didn't hear as much grumbling at the show. I think that one took people time to, once they started thinking about the Room 101 thing, but like at the show, it was actively, there was a lot of people complaining about the Room 101 situation. The Padron booth was gorgeous. They built like wood cabinets, like huge wood cabinets, and like a huge display room. Perdomo was very disappointing. There was just very little there. Like I had to find them, and I was like,
They've cut back, and you know why? What I've heard is they used to have one of the biggest booths, and they have the big drum set and all that crazy stuff there because Nick Perdomo is like a crazy, awesome drummer and
which
stuff.
I haven't heard. I just found out about.
Yeah.
Now.
So, but I think the thing was like everybody had kind of cut down during COVID, and the sales maintained. And I think what happened was some people went like, "Oh, what am I spending all this money on to do all this crazy stuff if I can make the sales with that?"
Right.
And Nick Perdomo is one of those names. However, I've got to say real quick, I forget the thing that I wanted to say, but a little bit of like the behind the curtain thing, like if you want to enter Corey's head, I don't recommend it. I would guess on average I spend 50% of this show going, is it too late for me to say the thing that I wanted to say about the
Right.
thing you said? There's got to be.
No,
like
yeah.
ADD, we talk about ADD. I spend at least 50% of the show going, is it too late for me to say the thing I was going to say? You're welcome.
Okay. See, JC Newman, good group. I enjoyed talking to them a lot. That factory was cool as hell with the cardboard factory, and to actually like be there and see it up. Like it's huge.
Okay.
This is not a small feat to build this thing. So that was really cool. Rocky put on a hell of a show. Good bar, open bar. That was nice. That was very nice.
I like open bar.
Yeah, they handing out Stella left and right. That was cool. Sokka has like a really efficient booth. I like that. Like it was very business. Just trying to think of any other brands that I did. There was a lot of stuff that was on my list that I didn't get to, Steve. But those are the ones that really like the ones that I mentioned that I didn't get to at all. Those are the ones that like hurt that I didn't get to. But I had so many I had to hit. I had so many that I needed to hit that weren't on my list of like, like Howard G Cigars. Shout out to those guys. That's going to be a lot of fun because you're going to be able to pick up the magic stick at just the tip. Yeah, that's a thing. That is what we've already agreed on it. That's happening. They sell one of their cigars called the magic
You
stick.
almost got me for the first time.
Uh-huh.
Almost got me for the first time.
Yeah.
The magic stick at just the tip.
Yep. So we got the,
That was good. I didn't see it coming.
we had a lot of talks on that.
I got to give you some credit. It was good.
So I say now we, well, what do we want to do for next week's cigar?
This is where it's beneficial for us to get together at least 5 minutes before the show.
I'm already going to say the new Stolen Thrones.
I like it. We did one of them already. I feel like for a cigar show that has access to the wide inventory
Yes.
of one David Puskovich at Leaning House Cigars, we find ourselves repeating a lot.
I
But here's the thing.
only got one of those.
If it's newer and it's interesting, I think it's worth doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, it's
We kind of started talking about what we were going to do on this show like 5 minutes into the show.
yeah. So I say we go with the Stolen Thrones that you just got in, or we could do the I know it's not really your bag, but the Black Label Killer Bee Connecticut. Dude,
I don't know if it's my bag.
it's
But the thing is, if you're wondering what I laughed at, anybody that's watched the Austin Powers movies, like that's not really my bag, man. And then they pull out the book that says, "What is it? Penis enlargers. It's my bag, man." Something like that. You know what I mean? Is like,
yeah.
you took me down the road. What can I say? What can I say, buddy? I'm sorry.
Steve Newman said the Caldwell just the tip. I think I talked about it on the show last week, but Robert Caldwell actually ran me down to give me those. But I do not have two of them. I only have one, so we can't do that on the show.
I'm missing out a lot this year. I look forward to next year
Yeah.
when theoretically
Junkies.
we go to the PCA together, and then you won't have to switch hats, right?
Yeah, you'll be rocking Junkies. I'll be rocking just the tip. I can do my thing.
you won't have to split your attention,
right.
If we can make that happen next year, I think that'd be really cool.
Beneficial for sure.
And then I can focus my time on trying to get as much behind the scenes stuff as I can, and I can do some videos, and I can hopefully get some interviews and stuff like that while you're focused on supporting your brand. Because we had, I'm not going to go into details, but we had a situation come up a couple of weeks ago where it was just like, okay, this is a potential situation, and it's like, Sam's got to earn his. He's got to feed three
it's a weird balance
mother
right now.
effing kids.
Yeah.
On this, honestly, if you really take a hard look at it, it's not a good bet, right? If you were an outside businessman looking into hey, what are my options? And one of them was this open a cigar store, that would be very, very low.
Yeah.
However, let me clarify, because I know I'm walking in a line here. Sam, you're going to kill it.
Yeah,
I know you're going to kill it for sure, because you don't go into anything that you can't kill, and your preparation is at a level that nobody else is ever going to be prepared for. Yeah. So
I appreciate that, man.
100%.
I mean, you said that on last week's show as well, and I didn't think of that, but I do appreciate it.
Damn, I'm so fucking repetitive, man.
No,
You're
no,
like,
no.
oh, I'm like, man.
No,
You
can talk. You can give me compliments every show. That's fine. I'll take that. It's a nice change of pace from our norm. So
no,
I'm
man.
into
Like,
it.
here's the thing: is like, it's a bad bet.
Yeah.
Like, somebody told me like, oh, you ever gonna open your own cigar store? And I was like, yeah, if I hit a lottery, that's the only way that I would do it, because I know how bad of a bet that is. You almost can't do it if your game plan is to be successful and make money. You're the only person I've ever come in contact with outside of the cigar world that I went, oh yeah, no, this guy will be okay.
I appreciate that. Seth said, what about the West Tampa? I only have one of each left right now. So we could do the West Tampa if you want to.
I don't know what that is.
Because
I didn't get to go to the PCA.
That is
This is why he's the expert and I'm not.
Rodriguez. Oh, I can't think of his
Yo, Seth?
CAO. Oh,
Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky Rodriguez.
Yeah.
So
Look at me.
yeah.
I contributed.
Yeah. It's his
Seth,
brand that he
shout
started.
out to you for still being here, bro.
It's his brand that he started since he left CAO, and I need to have so they have a black and a white, so they have a full body and they have a Connecticut. The black didn't hit me right, but I talked about it on a couple things. Thank you, Steve. Steve also said Rick, but I think I had set the bar so high in my head beforehand that. I didn't really give it. I had built it up too high. I put it on a pedestal, and then when I smoked it, it wasn't as good as I had built it up to be. Something else that was really cool at this show was the Osminger stuff.
Okay. I can't say what I'm thinking,
Okay.
but let's play the
I understood that reference.
game.
Okay.
Okay, have you ever seen the 40-Year-Old Virgin? Mm-hmm. And you know what they put on a pedestal? You can't put it on a pedestal.
Yeah.
I can't say that
No.
for the greater good of this show.
Just don't.
And can I please just have a moment of appreciation for the
That you
state
went
that
that
I'm
way.
in and understood that I could not say that.
Yeah.
I can't say it, but
And
I
you
can
held back.
reference it. But I just wanted
I
you to...
understood that reference.
Yeah, you can't put it on a pedestal.
Don't put it on a
That's what I'm
pedestal.
told. You don't put it on a pedestal.
Um,
if you know, you know.
Yeah,
If you don't, check out an eBay store where you can't buy anything because everything's for sale on eBay.
Well, you know what? Instead of doing the West Tampa, let's do a Lean in House stick for next week. Let's do either the new Stolen Throne or what else do you get in that's new, that's exciting, and that's fantastical, that's amazing. We have the Shaolin's coming, but that's gonna be a limited run. That's gonna be
Quick vote from the chat room.
You guys,
in 6 minutes, we'll know what they think.
yeah. So West Tampa, I'd love to, but I think we want to give that love to Dave.
And here's the thing, too. The last couple of weeks, we've been at the mercy of other things going on.
That's why I'm saying, let's give it to Dave.
And, 100%. So, last week, I felt bad that it didn't organically play for us to do the commercial. Mm-hmm. But, we
but
talked.
Dave was here. That made it better.
He was here, but all the more you think, okay, he's here. You want to play it, right? You want to play the commercial.
Play
you
his
wrote
commercial
for him.
while he's here.
And in all fairness, that was my first take of the commercial I wrote, and I think it's pretty damn good.
Fantastic.
Hell yeah. But yeah,
No, I
keep it on brand.
So let's go with. No, he's not having it Leaning House. Yeah, I don't know if he's carrying them or not. I don't know if he made it that far. What's that?
Nothing.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, no, he doesn't have them down there. Let's go with the Stolen Throne. We'll get more details on the Junkies page to clarify that. And I think just to change it up a little bit, let's go ahead and end the episode, stop the recording, and then let's just do like open conversation with these two for about 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, we can stay live. We can do a
we'll stay
little
live for a little
post
bit.
show for the people that jump
Yeah.
in there with us. Before we get into it, I do want to say, as always, if you'd like to support the idea of Sam having his own buttons or Corey having more, so he isn't late to the party all the time, you can go to patreon.com/Cigar Junkies podcast.
Zikar Junkies?
Yeah, come on, give me a break,
Zikar
bro.
Junkies, huh?
You know I don't keep up
Apparently
with
we're
you
the
too many
Zycar
times.
Junkies now, so that's branding. That's not great.
Shh. Lawsuits. Just go with it. You can head on over to the Galaxy Boutique and you can look as pretty as Sam wearing one of the Cigar Junkies podcast t-shirts. Use the code Junkies for free shipping on anything on the store. It doesn't have to be something related to us. You can get yourself some cute baby Yoda leggings if that's your thing. And Chichingo, I am sure you're going to be taking advantage of that offer. Make sure you check out Tom's Penworks on Etsy. If I'm slurring too much, you can find in the description for the podcast. You can find the link. That's why I put it there, because I have no confidence in myself.